Johnson Show. I'm Josh Johnson, joined by my co-host, fellow stand-up comedian Logan Nielsen. Logan, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right, man. How are you?
I'm all right. I had a thing on Sunday. Everything has changed since Sunday.
Everything changed on Sunday?
Yeah.
Define everything.
Well, I woke up. I felt all right, but I woke up and this is going to sound worse than it is because I'm not using the right words.
I was covered in blood.
Well, I'm not using the right words to describe it, so it's going to make it sound sad, but it's not sad. I'll explain the whole thing.
Okay.
I woke up on Sunday and I didn't quite like myself. Like I don't hate myself or my life or anything like that.
Right.
But I was like, I don't feel good and I'm tired of not feeling good. And luckily I know just about everything that could make me feel good. Right.
Okay.
So I was like, I need to start taking care of myself. I'm already not I'm not super unhealthy or anything. I try to work out and stuff, but when you know what you should do and you don't do it, and you know it's a thing that is fulfilling, it makes you bummed out.
Yeah.
And I was feeling that all day Sunday. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to look up just general nutrition stuff. I'm going to look up some nutrition stuff that might make me feel better. Because you know how there's certain things you can even eat naturally that improve mood and stuff like that.
This is your new thing. You've been on this a lot more because you had this when we were in Richmond. When we were there.
Yeah,
you went on a big long. I saw you for 2 minutes, and then you just had a 10-minute rant about the chemicals and the process or the approvals of foods.
Yeah.
So this is this is your new bugaboo a little bit. This is your new
and it's not even
you.
A health food thing. It's just I know there are things that taste good that make me feel bad.
Yeah.
I'm not even becoming vegan.
As he takes a drink of whiskey.
Yeah, it's I'm not becoming vegan. I'm not doing anything drastic. I'm just let me be more mindful of that stuff. Anyway,
right.
I joined a gym. Okay. And just got back into did some light workouts the last few days, and so I feel pretty good.
You joined a gym Sunday? You were just I'm not feeling great. I'm gonna go join a gym.
It was a cheap gym.
Still,
I'm not shelling out money.
I mean, good for you though. That's the hardest thing to do. Is I'm gonna go do that thing then. That's a difficult thing to the next step to take.
I will say though that this is the deceptive part. It's actually. Sadly, that's the easiest part. To just give them the money, I still haven't done anything to improve my life.
Fair.
So then,
but still though, you were I should join a gym, and you went and joined a gym.
Yeah, and
I've thought I should join a gym a lot of times, never done it.
I mean, it's a bit of a trap because you have to remind yourself that you have a gym membership every day, because now it's up to me to not waste the money.
Yeah, true. Yeah, you don't want to lose money on this. Yeah.
And so then the whole reason I brought this up, the last thing that I added that I've never done before in life, but I'm making a point to do it now, is to be fully, when I say fully, I mean like at the scientific limits of fully hydrated, right? I've never even attempted this in my life before, but this is insane. It's
buckle up for another
water.
Adventure, gang. Joshy gets wet. Here we are.
It's so much water, dude. It's
yeah. When you actually make sure you drink the recommended amount, it is a lot.
Well, this is what's actually crazy about it. I don't know if you already knew this, but the amount of water that you should be drinking to lose weight and the amount of water that you should be drinking to build muscle are almost identical, and it's a ton.
Mm-hmm.
And that's mind blowing to me, though.
I mean, I've heard several different amounts of what you should drink in a day, but also it does kind of change depending on what you do in a day a little bit.
Yeah, I checked because here's the thing: I was so scared giving myself water poisoning that I checked every type of way to, do the math on how just on how much I should
Is it
be.
technically called water poisoning?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have so much water that your kidneys don't know what to do with it, so that your kidneys
Right.
literally just start giving it away.
Because that's what happened. Isn't that what happened to that lady in that radio contest thing? This is like 5 years ago or whatever. Did you remember hearing about this?
No, I don't remember this at all.
It was in like Australia. It was a big story because it was like a morning radio show, and then the competition was like they had people come in. It was to win tickets to something or some shit, and they had them like drink as much water as they could, and then it was like whoever could hold it the longest or whatever, like go into the bathroom, like whoever could hold it the longest, and then like this lady, like her kidneys shut down and she died because of a fucking radio competition.
You would like to think that your bladder isn't more powerful than common sense. Like, I'd like to think my bladder couldn't will me dead.
Right. But I think that's what that happened there. I think that was technically what it was.
Well, what ends up happening, so there's a person that I think you and I both know, but just in case this is like giving away something at her job, I don't want to say her name, but she used to give hikes. Like, she used to be the tour. What is it called? It's like she was basically just like the guide for hikes when she lived in Colorado. And I don't know,
like at a specific park, probably a national park, I'm guessing. Yeah.
And she said that it would be so hot, and there'd be so many warnings about make sure you're hydrated enough, that a lot of people, she basically said once a week someone would drink so much water that they would get sick, and they would think that sickness was dehydration because the symptoms of being overly hydrated and dehydrated are identical.
Right. Yeah.
And so then they would drink so much water that then they got sicker, and then they like passed out, and then they have to be carried down the mountain or whatever. Mm-hmm. And so all this I bring up because I have been trying to drink the appropriate amount of water to build muscle, and it is far too much. I've been to the bathroom. I know bathrooms now. Like I think I know. I think I know handles in a way I never noticed handles before. Like, I'm running to so many bathrooms so consistently that I'm really starting to notice things about bath. I used to be an in and out guy, and now it's a while that I'm standing there, and I'm clearly very hydrated.
Yeah.
And I feel great. I've been sleeping better. It's like, it's the catch-22. It's literally like if someone gave you a superpower, but you had to go to the bathroom all the time. Like if Superman had to pee every 20 minutes.
I mean, to continue growing the mythos we've built the last couple episodes, I think this is the downside to being the Josh Ice superhero. It's because with all that ice power comes so much moisture.
Yeah,
you just
have to pee all the time. Because,
I bet Iceman was pissing all the time.
Dude,
that guy was probably pissing all the time. He's made of water.
My body's like, already I can feel myself feeling a bit better throughout the day, less fatigue, my sleep is great. All these great things are happening, but I have to pee so much that it's almost not worth it. I'm almost like, let me feel like trash again just to not be in a bathroom for half an hour. No, not half an hour. I mean, a half an hour go by without needing to go to the bathroom.
I know what you mean. Yeah, I know what you mean.
But it's caused okay. I know that this has happened to many people. I am not special in this way, but this is the most recent time that it's happened, right?
I'm not the first man to have to piss.
Yeah. Not even the third.
Many before me.
And so I was at a show, and the line got very long because there was a person in the bathroom that clearly needed it. Like as impatient as I get waiting for the bathroom sometimes, I never want someone to come out early. Please don't do that. You be in there as long as you need to be in there, because it was way worse for everybody if you come out too early than you stay in there a little long, you know?
Okay. What do you mean is happening if they come out early?
I'm just saying, like, you
pants still down?
I'm saying
they didn't even finish.
There are people in life, we've all been to junior high, we've all been in situations where someone is more embarrassed than they let their logic take over, right? So the embarrassment trumps the logic, and they're like, oh yeah, let me hurry up, blah blah blah. And so then, you know, like they'll like come out of the bathroom. And the best example I've seen of it is when this guy rushed out of the bathroom because somebody was banging on the door, and you could see a little drip drip dribble on his pants. And it's like, yeah, because my man wasn't done. He got bullied into trying to force his body to be done, and that's not how bodies work. And so anyway, I'm in line for the bathroom. There's 2 bathrooms. One line is getting incredibly long because someone in there is clearly having a time. Like a true struggle. Okay,
an emergency in public.
We don't hear anything, but because we don't hear anything, it's almost worse. All right. He might be dead. Okay.
It's too quiet for something normal to be happening in there.
No, it's far too quiet. So then,
I know exactly what you mean.
Then, like, because you know what?
Where you start being like, is someone in there, or we have just not checked the door fully? Is it just a heavy door?
Yeah. You know when when it's so quiet. Do you know when it's so quiet that it makes the space around it quiet? Like it's so quiet in that bathroom.
That loud silence.
Yeah, it's so quiet in the bathroom that as you get close to the bathroom, you literally just start not hearing anything. Like you have to go hello out loud just to make sure you are still with us, you know? Like a car didn't fly through a window like Spider-Man 2 and you're in purgatory now and this is the line, you know? Anyway, I'm in one of the lines. The other line's not moving, so some people start jumping over to my line, okay? And everyone is varying degrees of needing to go. I have to go in a fairly modest way, you know? Like I'm like, let me be responsible. I'm trying to be an adult about it because I know I'll have to go badly in 5 minutes, right? So let me just -5. What?
I took a drink right as you said in a modest way, and that wording just it made me laugh. I had to hold the liquid in my mouth.
Yeah, I'm not desperate, you know? I'm not like, you know, those people who
I don't need it, okay?
Yeah, you know those people that don't plan well, and so it's like them having to go to the bathroom is like them being late on their rent, and they're like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's like, well, you've had options all day, all right? If you had paid attention and planned ahead, you'd be fine right now, all right? So anyway, some people are starting to jump into my line, and I'm not even near the front, okay? And every single person in this line is like, they're obviously also all varying degrees of needing to go, right? We are a rainbow of
piss.
Yellow, yeah. And
50 Shades of Yellow. Here we go.
Yeah.
Ready?
And so basically, I am right now. I'm chilling, right? Like I'm noticing things. I'm also trying to make an effort to be on my phone a little less. So I'm like looking around and like, you know, being nosy, overhearing conversations, stuff like that. And then and then I'm noticing how when I look behind me, there are people that are doing the thing where they're looking like they're sticking their head out the line. You know what I'm talking about? Like, there's a line and you wouldn't see anything, and then you see their head like off to the left. And is getting that, you know, that like I'm about to ask for the manager type vibe some people put out where they try to get people to argue alongside them. So you know, they'll be like, right?
They want to start a revolution at whoever's in the bathroom right now.
Yeah, and they're like, I mean, how long does it take, you know? There was a woman that literally was like, how long does it take? And it's like, it does take as long as it takes. It depends on the time. It depends on the person. You know.
And I'm like you too. I'm a little bit of like, yeah, take your time in there because people got health issues.
Yeah.
We all eat different things, which do different horrible things to our bodies.
Yeah.
Like, listen.
And so
I don't blame you.
And so I'm like, I'm like, man, one of these, because she was not stopping. She was like, I mean, how long does it take? Like, it's like, we all have to go. Yeah. I mean, and I was like, all right.
Where was this at again? Where was this at?
I don't want to say because of what's going to happen.
Well, I mean, what type of establishment, I guess? Like restaurant? Was it
it was a club.
What genre? A club?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And so
that's all I wanted to know. Because I'm like, that also depends too. Like, yeah, if I'm in like a dive bar at night and there's only like one small bathroom, it's like, yeah, don't go in there and take a shit. Come on. Like, just don't. Plan your day around that. Like, that's a piss hole is what that is for, okay? Don't go in there and do something like that.
Sure, yeah. It is funny. Yeah, okay. Anyway, so then she's not stopping, and it's also loud in there. So it's like the fact that I can hear her means she's being very loud because she's not behind me in line close.
Oh, okay. Okay.
The line is actually getting so long they had to wrap the line almost around the bar.
Oh, geez.
So when I say around the bar, I don't mean alongside it. I mean, literally, there were people who had to stand where the bartender has to walk out.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyway, so then this woman starts banging on the doors, and she's also not next, right? This woman starts banging on the doors, and she's like, "Come on, hurry it up, hurry it," which is like, they can't though. Like you literally can't. There's no.
You just hear inside someone go, "Ooh!"
Yeah, there's no feet of ass.
I'm okay.
Like you can't run.
There's no. That might be my favorite thing you've ever said. There's no feet of ass.
Like, someone telling you to hurry doesn't actually change anything in your body.
No. You just improved my week with that phrase. There's no feet of ass. That's my new. I weirdly needed to hear that, Josh. Oh, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
And like, enough time has passed where I'm like actually starting to need to go a bit more, right? Like, I got in line at a very responsible time, and now I'm being like actually pushed to my limit. And I'm also not next.
Now it's urgent for you. It's becoming urgent now.
The stakes are getting a little high. It's kind of like how it literally is like how politically, if someone they've done studies where about like xenophobia and stuff, and they found that if there's very few of a minority or an immigrant or whatever, people are mostly fine. They're like, oh yeah, whatever. Like everyone is usually at least a very modest level of accepting, as long as it's just a few, right? And then once a lot
hard turn.
No, I'm saying this is what happens though. This is like a political study. They found that anytime someone is in any situation and then they feel outnumbered by anyone who's considered other, that's when they really start to like, quote unquote, show their true colors, right?
Okay, yes.
And was like, when I got in this line, I was the most patient, chill dude, whatever. As I also need to go more, I don't even blame the woman that's banging on the doors now. Like now I'm like, go sis, all right? Go off, queen, okay?
You fight the fight.
You fight the good fight. You get the troops through. And so I'm like kind of in this line slowly getting radicalized of like Yeah, what are they doing in there? You know, because the line hasn't moved.
You've now been in the chat room. You've now been accidentally recruited by ISIS.
Yeah, because now the line has truly not moved.
Hey, Josh liked that one.
Now the line is like truly not moving, and I'm realizing how far back in line I am. And so now I'm at a point where even if everything is going well and those people come out of the bathroom immediately and everyone else only spends 20 seconds in the bathroom, which is not likely, no one will have washed their hands. I'm either going to pee myself or get COVID. There's no like in between.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so
either way, your night's about to get worse.
Yeah. And so she's banging on the doors and everything. And then, like I said, this one guy got essentially bullied into getting out of the bathroom, right?
Mm-hmm.
Comes out of the bathroom.
Poor guy. The true hero of this story.
Comes out of the bathroom. Doesn't look great. He's still holding his stomach, right?
He's soaked.
He fell in, okay? Is like holding his stomach and calmly walks to a corner of the club and proceeds to just like how's the best way to put this?
Diarrhea.
No.
No.
The story's not gross. Like just in case anyone's listening and they think eventually there's going to be some gross turn, it's not.
Right. But we have gotten back to our roots with stories of bodily functions. You're right. We
never forgot where we came from. And he goes to the corner.
We started at the bottom and now we're here. Yeah, literally.
And the only way I can describe it is he's so smoothly, he's holding his stomach, and he so smoothly passes out.
Oh.
And I've never seen anything like it before because he didn't like collapse. He didn't fall and slam into the ground or slam his head or anything. He literally just like melted where he was standing, and he was out, right?
Oh, okay. So he probably was in there just drunk then and not...
He's a little drunk, yeah.
Okay.
But...
he got lost in there?
Yeah, right. You can only go in so many circles. And...
He keeps just trying to put his credit card into things. I don't know. I just want to get another one.
And then someone's like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And then they, run over to him, start like tapping his face a little and then like lifting his head up and, checking, make sure he's not like having a seizure or anything like that. And then this dude wakes up and immediately, as soon as he wakes up very calmly too. He doesn't wake up like startled.
I was hoping for screaming.
No. This dude wakes up very calmly and he's like, Who are y'all? And then they were like, are you okay? What's your name? Like you passed out, whatever. And he was kind of like,
who are y'all?
He's like, this dude, okay, this is like...
This man reset.
He's clearly not trying to be rude, but it is like I thought this person may have had amnesia because it's not like it was his friends that came to check on. It was just some people who saw him.
Right. People are just being good Samaritans and just checking on him.
Also, the line to pee is where the line of humanity breaks because as soon as those people stepped out of line
they lose their spot.
Yeah. Yep. The people behind them stepped right up. Anyway.
Yep.
And so then he's like, who are y'all? And they're like, hey, what's your name? Like you pass out. It's like, oh, I know I passed out. Who are y'all? And they're like, oh yeah, they start introducing themselves and everything. And they're like, can you stand up? He's like, ah.
Listen, we just met. Don't start telling me what to do.
Yeah. They help him up. They call an ambulance, and then and then they ask him if he was like on a medication or like was it, and he's like, oh, I was in the bathroom, I had some like real bad stomach pain, and somebody just kept banging on the door, so I was like, fine. Like, you need it that bad. Clearly, you need it worse than me. Like, this dude's like very like chill about the whole thing.
Okay.
And then line starts moving a bit. So now I'm like, okay, I'm like being nosy, but at the same time, I'm like getting, a couple.
You got eye on the prize.
Yeah,
man.
a couple steps ahead in line, because now I'm like legs crossed. Now I'm trying to tie the hose off at the end, okay?
Yeah.
Because honestly, I will say it would have really taken the heat off me if I had pissed my pants and that dude was just standing there passed all the way out. Like, no one's checking for my pants after that, And so, we're getting a little closer.
or he just wakes up and he's like, that guy pissed.
That guy doesn't seem well. And
who are you and what's he doing?
Yeah. And so I finally get in the bathroom, go to the bathroom, and come out. And when I come out, that guy is gone. Like, the people who were talking to him are still there, but the guy's gone. And there's only one line for the bathroom. So now they've put him back in the bathroom, and they've told other people, like, hey, there's no, like just use the other line, right?
Right.
And luckily, because we're actually using this bathroom, the line is long, but it's not in huge. And then the EMTs come, because they called I guess someone called an ambulance as soon as he fell. And so the EMTs come.
Oh, so he fell. Okay.
No. So what I meant when I said he perfectly melted was that he was standing, and then he just sort of sat down on his, like, he sort of like slid down the wall and was sitting there. Like, he melted. It's like the smoothest passing out I've ever seen, because his back was against the wall, and then he slid down on his back until he was sitting on the ground.
I thought I had missed you saying like he had fallen after that, like after you got out of the bathroom, then he fell. I thought I missed something.
No.
Okay.
So
this puddle of a man is.
So now he's back in the bathroom, and the EMTs come. And when the EMTs get there, they're knocking on the door, and he's like, hey, can you give me a minute?
Yeah.
All right. And
he's just got to go, man.
Yeah. And then it's locked. And so at first I thought he locked the bathroom. Like, I'm like, oh no, what if he passes out again? Now it's locked or whatever, right?
Right.
But then it turned out one of his friends was in there with him, I guess, like making sure he didn't pass out again or whatever. And then finally she comes out, and then they're like, oh, we're here to check on him. Somebody call, whatever. And then she's like, oh, I think he's fine. I think it's blah, blah. And in my head, I'm like, all right, y'all live your life, but there's no way this person is fine,
Yeah.
And so
they at least need to sit down and drink some water.
Yeah.
At the very least.
And so I think he's a bit embarrassed too, because I was even talking to some friends when this happened, and as he was coming out, they were looking, and I was like, the best thing we can do is not look over there. Like, y'all just continue our conversation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so then he comes out of the bathroom, he goes up there with the EMTs, like leaves the club.
I'd have looked. I wouldn't listen to your friends.
Comes back and comes back, walks up to the bartender, and he's like, hey, the EMTs cleared me, so can I get some ice chips? And he was like, yeah. And he just sat at the bar and chilled.
I was hoping he's gonna be like, the EMT cleared me, give me a daiquiri. Like, I was hoping it's
No. I don't even think they would have served him if the EMTs told them to get him a drink.
This man needs Grey Goose stat.
Yeah. So yeah, I've noticed that now my attitudes towards bathrooms, people in them when I'm not in them, all this stuff like that is slowly changing. Because I've stayed hydrated. I haven't even reached the goal amount of water. on any of these days. I've been doing this since Sunday, and I have not reached on a single day. I haven't been able to drink enough.
Well, you're still training. You're still practicing.
I
You can't
don't know
expect to be
how
great
this is
at it
going to
immediately.
happen, dude. It's so much. It's like a gallon.
Yeah.
Ooh. And you see those dudes in the gym with those gallon jugs. I'm just like, how? How is he pounding all that water and eating? Because then you have to eat on top of that.
And eating.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are all things that keep you alive. Yeah.
But you know what I mean, though. It's like,
No, I know.
if you
I know what you mean.
pounded
I know what you
half a
mean.
gallon of water first,
Right. Yes. Yeah.
and now someone's like, go have breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be like, I don't even think I can hit the bacon. Like, the bacon's the lightest thing on the plate.
Yeah. I'm here for the smells.
Yeah.
So now, so now your view, you're trying this new thing, and your view on bathrooms is changing. I feel like a theme we've had lately in our episodes, you seem to be in kind of transitional period in life.
I guess so. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're trying to have a stronger bladder.
No, just
and
like
ice powers.
dude,
No.
I mean, as far as the men in my family go, we're not living long.
Right, yeah.
So I'm just trying to get ahead of a bunch of stuff.
Okay. So okay. Are we feeling our mortality a little bit lately?
I mean, I'm gonna live forever. It's not that serious. But it's
What a weird thing to say right after the men in your family don't do great. And then to be like, I'm going to what I got whiplash from that transition you just did. Listen, we tend to die young. I, however, am immortal.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Just generally yes at that, huh?
Yeah, no, I feel pretty good. I want to get a little bit more consistent with the workouts, but I feel like I've been eating really well.
Mm-hmm. Big yawn, well rested.
I've been eating really well, and then I've been more alert. So get ready for me to notice everything. Like, if noticing stuff is what you like about this podcast. Get ready for me to hit you with every detail.
The iTunes reviews, 5 stars. These guys notice so much.
Yeah.
This is my favorite, most observant podcast.
Mm-hmm.
5,000 out of 10 jangles.
Mm-hmm.
I love observations.
Yeah.
5 stars.
Also, it is very hard. Now that this is another thing that's happened in the last few days. Now, if I'm late, I just let myself be late because I cannot run with a stomach full of water.
Get that.
I can hear it sloshing.
Yep.
Yeah. It's just, I am like, I'm, it's like a fishbowl in my belly.
Right.
And I can't, after like 4 steps, I'm like, oof, it's too much movement.
So you're more consistently hydrated and running behind.
Well, I'm saying if I'm late.
Right.
I'm making a point to not be late, but.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So I think this is a good change. It's hard to tell right now.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know.
It seems to be making you not feel great.
I feel good unless I try to run out of panic.
Oh, okay.
That's the only time I don't feel good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Being hydrated is the best.
Okay. Well, and it's unfortunate then because you're going to be hydrated, so you're going to feel better physically, but too full to run away from something.
Well, no, I think if something
never know
came
you're gonna
at
get
me,
chased.
I think I'd just be more accepting.
Of the thing coming at you?
Yeah. Why? What's all this running about?
So, okay, let's say wild animal.
Yeah.
You have a cougar sprinting right at you.
Okay.
But when you're this hydrated,
Yeah.
you're like, listen,
I'm
we're
like,
all God's
hey.
creatures.
I'm glad that a cougar made it all the way to New York City. Are you
Yeah.
serious?
And it is about to get some juicy meat right now.
That cougar really living life.
Yeah. Every cougar should visit New York at least once.
At least once, just to taste it.
Okay. Well, you're the first person I've known who's tried to be more hydrated, and it's weirdly made you accept death more. That's that's a weird.
I mean, when you think about how much water we need to drink just to stay alive. Oof.
What's the point of living?
No, not what's the point of living. Just like, oh, okay, every person is kind of a lot. Like if everyone drank enough water, it'd be like, guys, what are we gonna do here? We're lucky so many people love Mountain Dew.
I don't know, man. Hydrated Josh is kind of a downer.
Well, I'm not being a downer, I don't think. I'm not saying I don't want these people around. I'm just saying, like, oh wow, this is a lot. Like you realize how much space you take up when you're getting all your ounces in. Like by the end of if I keep this up by the end of the year, I will have drank a creek.
Oh God. All right. This is an interesting new phase of Josh we're entering. I'm enjoying it. I'm liking it.
Oh, okay.
I'm liking the man who's taking better care of himself, but also just being more over people.
No,
I'm enjoying this.
I enjoy people. No, I do enjoy people. I think people
Our
are
last
great.
several episodes have been about you not really having patience for people anymore.
It's not a whole people thing. It's like the people in the story I don't have patience for.
I'm just saying I'm enjoying curmudgeonly moisturized Josh. I'm enjoying old wet Josh. I'm a big fan of. He's not even looking at me for that one. He's looking down. He doesn't even want to meet my gaze.
Yeah, you got it right. Yeah, you're saying true things.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see, he's over me too.
Not over. I don't know
Right,
what this over thing is.
I'm getting to know the new Josh.
It's not new. It's just with water.
No, but I'm not saying just this. I'm saying we've had a little arc going these last few episodes where you're having shifts in attitude and perspective. And I'm not saying it's bad. It's just like it's like I'm getting to learn new things about you, which I enjoy. We've been friends for a very long time, and I'm getting to know a newer, slightly grumpier but well hydrated version. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. How much water do you drink?
I didn't say there wasn't. Huh?
How much water do you drink?
All right, don't come at me now.
No, I'm not coming at you. I'm saying if you had to guess, because I was apparently when you take into account what I'm drinking now, I was drinking none before. I think I had my first sip of water on Sunday in life, according to charts for how much water I should have been drinking this whole time.
If I check the water charts, I am way off.
If I check the water chart, I'm 4 years old. Okay.
Yeah, there's dog years and there's water years.
Mm-hmm.
In water years, I'm a baby. I don't know. I feel like I have days where I do a really good job of staying hydrated, and then days where I know I do really, really bad. Like, I know you're not a coffee guy, but when you take that like late morning piss and it smells exactly like coffee, you know you need to drink some water. You know that's an issue.
Yeah, see, I'm not a coffee guy at all. Like,
yeah.
I don't know if I'll ever drink coffee.
That's a signifier when you do that and you'd be like, Logan needs some water because I just pissed Folgers. So
I remember one time.
Sorry for talking about piss so much, everybody.
I remember one time. In college, there was this kid in my suite. I think it was freshman year.
Ooh, you're sweet. Ooh la la.
It's not a. We only call it a suite because they call it a suite. And we all shared.
Wrong.
Yeah, we all shared a bathroom. And there was this one time this kid went in and forgot to flush. And then someone went in after him, and they were like, oh my gosh, said his name, and he was running back because he realized he forgot to flush, and he was like, oh, I'm so sorry, that's so gross and everything. And the guy was like, no, I'm worried about, are you sick?
The water's green. Are you okay?
Are you are you doing one of those things where you let them experiment on you for $1,500? Cause
yeah. Did you hard up for money?
If not, you need to go to a hospital now.
Yeah. I don't know why the water in the toilet's fuchsia right now. I don't know if you're okay.
Take a cup of this as a sample because, sir, you dead. Okay. That's my favorite. We used to do that all the time. Anytime somebody
used to do what?
We used to do a thing if anyone seemed sick or if anyone did a thing that was like a little bit gross, like but it would be to them like, oh, you dead.
Okay, I didn't. I thought you were gonna be like, we used to give them cups of their own urine to take as a sample. That's why I went.
Never answered the question.
What question?
How much water do you think you drink?
No, I did. I couldn't give you like an estimation. I feel like some days I feel like I'm pounding water, especially if I'm out doing stuff or if I'm working or whatever, like especially if I'm subbing or whatever, I feel like I'm drinking water all day. I know when I have days where I'm at home just like working on stuff, like on the computer, like editing the show and stuff like that. That's where I know I don't always do great. I couldn't tell you amounts, but well, I'm sure on my bad days it's probably shockingly low.
Well, I'm starting a water club. Okay,
the Josh Johnson Water Club.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about it. I'll join. I'll get in the water club. Let's do this. Let's both get better at being hydrated. I will join you in this journey.
Okay, so the first thing that we do is we all wear white robes. Okay.
Wow, starting off culty, you're not even hiding it.
Yeah, but
usually the cult stuff is once you get to like step 4 or 5, they sneak it in there. You are starting right away. This is my club. Anyway, we all wear robes.
We all buy.
I get to have sex with everyone's wives.
Okay,
we all get the same sneakers.
And
we worship a toilet.
First of all, how dare you? Okay. It's not a toilet. It's a porcelain lord. All right.
It is a throne. Yeah. It is our King of Kings.
I just think it would be cool to start a little club. Maybe people pay some dues. Like throw in like $50 a week, and
God, you can't help it. You can't help but turn this into a cult. I keep being like, yes, let's start the club, and the next thing you say is immediately a cult or scam.
Yeah,
immediately.
No, it's not. There's no scam here. The $50 goes towards your robe. All right.
Okay, so now we've just started a robe company.
Yeah.
This is someone starting a cult because they got a lot of robes they got to get rid of. Listen, I got left. My business shut down. I got boxes of robes. What can we do? Oh, I know. Worship a lizard. Let's do it.
Yeah. That's my favorite thing about when you start
the backdoor cult.
When you start karate or something, how there's so much gear that they try to hawk on you immediately.
Immediately you got to buy, yeah.
And it's so funny because someone will end up spending like $600, and I can't remember who it was. There was a guy. Maybe it was when I was at the grocery store. It was in Chicago, and he was telling me about how he had started karate, and he really was built like Dwight from The Office. So every time I see Dwight from The Office do karate, it makes me think of that dude because they built exactly the same. And he decided to take on karate very late in life. Okay. This dude took on the punching one late in life. Like jujitsu makes sense at any time because it's not about like it's barely even about strength. It's more about leverage, right?
Right.
And and it was made for people who weren't strong. So that one makes sense to me. But karate is like, you're not even nimble. You're just gonna be kicking shins.
So, hey, sometimes that'll get you out of a situation.
I
good
guess.
shin kick.
Have you ever kicked someone?
Yeah.
Like you've kicked someone to hurt them?
No, I guess like not in like a real. I mean, I probably did when I was a kid, but you know, because when you're a kid, man, kicking's that's just communicating.
Dude, kicking hurts so much. It hurts so much that I think if he had kicked someone in the shin, I don't think he'd be able to run away. I think they both limp in the same direction.
Well, yeah, that's like when you see certain like fights, like UFC fights or whatever, and someone will just kick someone in the leg, and that's supposed to be just like I'm just kicking you in the leg, and everyone seems fine with it. But I'm like, that looked like a reason I would quit the fight.
Can I tell you? I don't.
Just like,
I
no,
remember,
I'm done. He kicked me very hard. We're done. Towel.
I don't remember what fight card it was, but when I tell you, there's a moment of that exact thing happening where this guy kicked another dude in the shin, right? Mm-hmm. And then took a step back to like, make another move, kick him again, whatever. This guy that got kicked to the shin spun around like a ballerina and then landed on his back, and the fight was over. This dude got kicked, fully spun on one foot.
Spun from the bottom too. That's a hard spin.
Spun on the ball of his other foot, and then went down, and then the fight was over. And I was like, that checks out for me. That does.
Did he just drop and he was just like, no? Or did he get kicked in the shin so hard he passed out?
No, the ref was like, clearly this person is done. Anyone who spins after they get hit, I think the fight is over. Whether it's a punch or a kick, even if it's a pluck, if you spin, I think you're done.
It's like in certain video games where you can tell you've killed an enemy when they finally like do like a ragdoll animation. They just go like burp and fall over. It's that in real life too. If they ragdoll, it's over.
Dude, well, that spin was tight. That wasn't a ragdoll. This man spun like he was born to do it.
He got kicked so hard he became a dancer.
Dude, this dude spun like he left his dancing shoes at home. Like he spun like he was good at it. And I don't know. Yeah, that for me, kicking is oof. But anyway, this dude started taking karate classes, and he couldn't go.
Wait, which dude?
The guy built like Dwight. The guy that.
Okay.
When I was in Chicago,
we had a little detour about kicks. I forgot who we were talking about. Yes,
and so
I'm back.
So then he said, and I'll never forget this. He was like, this whole thing, I was never going to make fun of him because I liked him and because I understand his willingness to do it.
And this means Josh is about to make fun of him.
But basically, he was telling me, oh, that's what it was. Yes, it was at the grocery store. It was at the grocery store. This is because I remember this whole thing happening and me just wanting to walk away from the situation because he was talking to me because I was cleaning up for the night, right? Like we're closed and I'm cleaning and they stay to make sure we don't get robbed, whatever, right? So anyway, he's telling me all this stuff while I'm cleaning. So I've already like got a lot to do and he just walking around talking to me. And then this dude is like, yeah, so I started taking karate classes because I got mugged and it perked up my, like, now I'm paying attention. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. And he was like, nah, it was 4 years ago. And I was like, okay, a little late to. And like I said, he already not built well, okay? So then
for 4 years later to finally be like, wait, I could have.
Yeah, wait, I could have hurt myself a different way.
Yeah.
And so then he goes, they have him buy pads, they have him buy a gi, they have him buy his belt, they have him buy these like I can't remember what it was, but he also bought the like practice weapons you would use, which are really just novelty things. So he bought like nunchucks and he bought like, but this is all stuff that's like never going to be used in life.
Look at someone being judgmental about someone buying nunchucks.
But
got
I
weirdly
know,
judgmental all of a sudden. Oh, something you'll never use in life. Interesting.
I know. Okay. Anyway, so then basically,
move past it.
Basically, this dude is like telling me about this. A couple weeks later, he's on the same shift and I'm cleaning up again. And I asked him how his karate's going, and he's like, I haven't been able to go because of my schedule. So I basically like gave them all this money, and they haven't taught me anything yet, you know. And they were hawking it all on me and stuff, and like I basically just got robbed without them ever laying a hand on me. I lost more when I got mugged. So I guess when he got mugged, it was like $300 in his wallet, and when he started karate classes, it was $600.
Right? Yeah.
Oh
yeah, he mugged himself now.
Hey, I know I never do this.
Sure.
But would you want to open up the mailbag?
Oh, damn, hard shift. Sure. Let me get it. I was about to do that. Yeah. We did get several emails about people's sequels to our Porta Potty serial killer movie.
Look,
I think we should save them.
We should save them, but it's coming.
Well, here's what I'm thinking. Next week, you and I will be together in Minneapolis, and I think that will be a great time for us to go through those. So that one of our next episodes will be us combing through the sequels. I haven't really looked at them yet either, but I'm excited to get in there because we've gotten quite a few from people. Let me find. Well, okay, here is one from our friend Sierra, who has come out to live shows and stuff too. But this one is a philosophical query.
Okay.
That's the title of it. Hello, my funnies. Been getting really into philosophy, and I wanted to ask you both. What is a better feeling? A continuous feeling of being content or a relief from pain? I feel like a relief from pain is the greatest feeling in the world, which is why comedy is my favorite art form. Parentheses, fighting it out with music. A good laugh when you're feeling shitty is the best feeling. Go as deep as you want with this question, not trying to bring up any trauma. Love you guys so much, Sierra. P.S. Logan, I was 100% serious when I said when you guys were in Philly that you're fucking hilarious and the world needs your stand-up. Don't deprive us. Oh, thank you. That was a very polite way to demand clips. That was a very
get on.
That was a
it.
very
Run
that was
me
the
my
sweetest way
jokes.
to say, hey, would you fucking put out a clip, Logan?
All right.
Good Lord.
Ain't nobody
That was a very
playing
sweet
with
way
you.
of doing that.
Okay.
No, that's what I need. That's the push I needed, Sierra. It was a good little neg.
Yeah.
Is what I needed.
Go ahead and rob this dude of jokes, okay?
So, what do you think about that? This is an interesting question. A continuous feeling of being content or a relief from pain?
For me, it's a continuous feeling of being content, but I think that for the people who come to the show and enjoy the comedy, it's a relief from pain, if that makes sense. Because I think if it's a relief from pain and you're a comedian, life is much harder on you. Because you can't always be doing comedy, and because sometimes your comedy brain isn't working in a way that you feel fulfilled with what you're writing and saying and talking about. And then if it is the other way around, where it's like you are content with what you're doing and it's what helps you consistently stay content, that sounds more like what artists live like.
Well, but see, I don't think it's just asking it as just an artist queer. I think just generally of even outside of comedy, you know, which is better? Just like because you know, when I first read the question, at first I was like, oh well, a continuous feeling of content. Like when you think about having like a good day where just nothing feels wrong, those are good. But then I also think about like when I'm having like a really really bad day or really really dark period, and then something makes me laugh until I cry. Like that high is almost unmatchable. You know what I mean? You almost can't compare anything else to that feeling of when you were at like a really, really low, dark point and then something tickled your brain so perfectly. You know, so I know I brought it back to comedy anyway, but you know, like, so I'm kind of torn a little bit.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I think that for me, since that's the scope that I do everything through, that's why my answer was my answer.
No, I know.
Because like
I think you were right with that too.
Yeah, I think I that's how I see it. Because you'll also find people who comedy doesn't do it for, in the way of like I'm willing
Something
to go
else.
to a show a bunch of times, you know?
Right, yeah. Well, I think a continuous feeling of contentment would make for a very good life, would make for a good, happy life. But those peaks amongst the valleys are really, really great.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's one of those things too of like you don't notice a negative. Like you don't notice like, oh, I don't have back pain right now. You don't notice that. But when you have back pain and then you suddenly don't, shit.
Yeah.
That's like doing heroin. You know what I mean? So it's like this is a great question because it's kind of a chicken and egg situation a little bit.
It is very much.
Because to find like true contentment, you almost have to go through shit first. So if you're just totally content, will you become numbed by it? If you're so hydrated, will you forget what it was like to not have to piss all the time?
Maybe.
Were you happier being... I mean, honestly, this is actually perfectly on theme. Didn't even mean to. But in the beginning, you talked about it was almost better not being hydrated because you weren't running to the bathroom constantly.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean...
Big question. I think it's a big question.
I feel like I'm happier now. And I'm at least more aware now because I'm not tired from being dehydrated.
Right. Fair.
Thanks so much for listening to the Josh Johnson Show. Thank you so much for writing in and asking us this question. We're probably going to bring it up again because this is a lot to think about. And it was, I'm still thinking about it in a way, but I don't have anything new to say. I'm so thankful for everyone for listening. We had a great time recording. I hope you had a great time listening. If you are looking to catch up with us on any of the socials, you can find me at Josh Johnson Comedy on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. We're going to be posting clips of the show. And if you're looking for Logan,
my internet went patchy for a second, so I missed the end of that last part, but I heard you toss it to me. You can follow me on Instagram at Logan M. Nielsen. And if you want to get in the mailbag to either send us your spec scripts or your philosophical queries, you can send those to joshjohnsonshow@gmail.com. You can also leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. Not only will we read them, but we greatly appreciate it, and it really helps us on that platform. And if you want some other nonsense from us, these weekly episodes just aren't enough, and you think, man, I really would like more of these guys' great observations, because that's what I come here for. You can go to our Patreon, patreon.com/Josh Johnson Show. We have a bunch of shit there. And next week, Josh and I will be performing at Acme Comedy Club in Minneapolis, Minnesota, November 17th through 19th. I believe 5 shows total. I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be fun. And if you're in the area, you should come out, see the show, say hi to us afterwards. We love meeting all of y'all.
Thank you so much for listening, and y'all have a great rest of the week into the weekend. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. It really supports the channel. Hit the bell notification because apparently it's the only way YouTube will tell you that something happened. And just tell a friend. That's the biggest thing you could do. Just tell one person in your life that you like, maybe you don't like, that this video happened to you.
We release the podcast every Thursday on all the podcast apps, so you should find us there and subscribe on those and comment and leave reviews and whatever on all of them. And also, if you want bonus stuff, you can join our Patreon, patreon.com/Josh Johnson Show. We have bonus podcasts and videos and stuff there, and we'd love to see you.
Welcome to the Josh Johnson Show. I'm Josh Johnson, joined by my co-host, fellow stand-up comedian Logan Nielsen. Logan, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing okay, man. How are you?
I'm all right, but I know that that's a lie.
Jeez.
Yeah, you're not doing all right.
Oh, I thought you said I'm doing all right, but that's a lie.
No.
I'm not.
You're not.
I'm not doing
right.
great. But do you want me to rant about it again? I can get into it again.
The subject of this week's episode, because I based off of this being our second attempt at recording, I got to thinking last night, and I sort of threw away my idea for yesterday's episode.
Okay.
And I switched over to a new idea that I feel like is more pertinent, more topical.
Okay.
It's of the people. It's what they want. It's what they want to hear about. It is terrible Airbnbs.
Yeah. Because full disclosure, so I'm still in New York, as per last episode.
He is indeed
Still here. This is week 2. I'm going on of a 3-week stint. So I will probably leave here cured of my desire to live here. But we tried recording last night. You came over, but you forgot cords for the soundboard.
So I forgot some cables.
Forgot some cables that are necessary because without them, this doesn't turn on or record. Good. We just had an ice cream truck, and now there's just a car alarm going. So this
There's
sounds of the city, man.
I have a pretty irresponsible neighbor.
Is it the same one every day that goes off?
It's not every day, but it's like too much.
Yeah.
It's to the point now where like it doesn't actually alert anyone. Like sometimes when you hear a car alarm, you're like, is that a carjacking?
Right.
Is that what's happening right now? And then you hear it and it just becomes like, nah, that's just Tony's car just sort of doing his thing.
But yeah, I'm in this Airbnb, and the last honestly, most Airbnbs I've stayed in have been all right. I've rarely had like a bad experience. I've had some where you're like, but it gets the job done. That car is going.
Yeah.
So sorry.
I mean,
they might not even be able to hear it. I have no idea.
They might not be able to hear it, but in case you can, it does take. I've started calling him Tony because it seems like a Tony problem to have.
So this isn't the first time you've called it Tony at all.
No. But it's just funny to me because there'll be some times where it's going for like a while to where I'm like, I think the battery's gonna die.
Yeah. I don't know if this will. See, I don't know. I can try to boost it. I don't know if that's.
Yeah, I mean maybe they're not
it.
picking it up at all.
But it's to try to talk while that's going.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, I'm in this. I moved so me and Jess were together last week. She was in town. Great week, by the way. Maybe we'll get to that later. And then I moved to a different Airbnb because she went back to Iowa, and I'm here. And honestly, when I first got there, it was fine. Like I didn't love that. Like they clearly did some like editing on the photos to make it look like it got way more light than it really did because it is a dungeon. It is.
Yeah.
There is no.
When I came to visit you.
Yeah, what were your thoughts when you came by?
I was like, oh man, I didn't know that you were allowed to like put out an Airbnb, like just offer up an Airbnb and smoke crack. Like it just felt like it felt like the type of place where you go visit your friend who's going through something and then you realize your friend's not having a good time. Like it seems like the apartment from a drama where it's like, what are you doing, Benny?
Yeah.
Get it together. All right, you're better than this. And then it's just like, because the lights don't make any sense. So the problem with the lights in Logan's Airbnb is that clearly this place that he's staying in is like a garden apartment, but clearly it was an afterthought.
It's just their basement because there are stairs that go right up, so it is just their basement.
The lights don't make any sense in that the positioning of the light doesn't light enough things.
No.
So there could be lights evenly dispersed throughout the room that when all turned on light up the room. Mm-hmm. But to my knowledge, from you showing me, I don't know if you turned everything on at once, but when things were on, they would light up a corner real hot. Like that's the crack corner where you want to make sure you can see yourself.
Well, yeah, because clearly, so like, yeah, there's 2 switches and one lights up 2 pretty dim lights on the walls. And those were clearly added later. And maybe they added those and they're like, fuck, we need another one. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's like the way they did the pictures too, not only did it look super bright, so they probably used a flash. They also clearly did some color correction because it looks like bright daylight, and it is not. It is dingy
in
yellow,
real life.
Grim lighting.
It looks like where Rocky lives between movies. Like in Rocky 2, he'll be like, I did it, and then he goes back to this like real dungeon of an apartment,
and his eyes are so swollen it doesn't matter. It's got bad lighting, you know.
Yeah, he's not looking at anything. And then Rocky 3 comes around and they're like, hey,
Apollo wants a rematch, or whoever's in. Mr. T wants to fight you. He's like, I'll do it. And then he he leaves the apartment for the whole movie, and then he comes back, and then there's that movie where they're like, Rocky, you're broke. And he's like, oh, well, come see my house. It doesn't even matter. And then...
That's an interesting one, too, because between Rocky 4 and 5, because I believe that movie takes place a couple days after Rocky 4, and by the time he gets back, for some reason, he's totally broke, and his son is 8 years older. And it's never really explained.
Do you ever get so poor that your
kid grows up?
Your kid grows up really fast. It almost seems like a metaphor, like because when you are poor, you do have to grow up a bit faster because you have to live a bit more life.
But it's also
you have
like
to
no
help.
one's going to help him out. He just brought peace to Russia, and by punching a Russian, that's unprecedented.
Yeah, that's everything that Kennedy was trying to do. Like he did the whole Cold War in like 10 rounds.
But then, so one, it's just dingy, and I think it has like put me in a weird headspace too. I've been in like a weird mood today.
It has. As soon as I saw you, I was like,
no, because I even told Jess today, I'm like, it kind of took me back to when like I was living alone in a basement unit, and like I was happier then. Like that was okay, but it was just like, I've just been kind of like stressed all day, and one of the other reasons I was stressed all day is because they have a child up there who...
We don't know if that's a kid or a dog.
No, because there's both. I've heard both. Because they also have a dog. That got added to the mix today.
You sure that's not just that kid barking?
I mean, if it's a dog, then that dog sometimes speaks in full sentences. So I don't know. Then it's a miracle of science and nature, and I would like to meet this talking dog. But
wouldn't that turn your whole week around?
I would forgive it of everything. I would forgive it of everything. If they're like, oh, sorry, it's our dog. He's energetic and he speaks fluent English. Like, that would be a whole different.
You know
thing.
How puppies are.
Yeah, they are always talking in words. No, but so they have a child up there who is can run with the force of a grown man. Like he is pounding that floor, because even Jess was like, maybe it's a baby, babies run hard. I'm like, yeah, but I'm hearing him like speak full sentences, so it's like it's not like a baby.
This is what I think might be happening. Which, in case you even at home, you the listener, the viewer, may not know, the walls in New York are notoriously paper thin in lots of places. And
the downstairs neighbors here are getting a free live show, right?
Like our ceilings in New York are also made out of our walls.
Which is why last night when you were there and we were talking and was hearing the running, because this kid is just doing full wind sprints, front of the house, back of the house for 5-6 hours straight, like nonstop.
It would actually be kind of funny if that kid grows up to be an athlete.
That'd be something.
Like if that's the next Usain Bolt and we're complaining about having to listen to him train.
In the documentary, his mom's just like, listen, he got us a lot of bad Airbnb reviews, but he is a champion. No, but he was running so hard. Remember, I was sitting on the futon, because it's just futon. It's got that Airbnb furniture where it's like they found the thinnest IKEA shit they could get. I don't fault them for that. That's every Airbnb, so whatever. But I was sitting there talking to you, and then I felt something hit my hand, and I looked down, and I swore I saw like a piece of white bounce off, and I was like, was that ceiling that just fell on me? And you were like, that was absolutely ceiling.
This thing has happened to a friend of mine before. They stayed in a really bad Airbnb in Chicago. Now, Chicago, I feel like, has great Airbnb. I have not stayed in a bad one while I've been in Chicago, because they're just mostly Chicago apartments. And a lot of Chicago apartments are like really, really big.
Oh, I have stayed in one Chicago Airbnb, and that was also clearly someone's basement that afterthought got turned into an apartment, and it was all right. There was at a point, because there's like a doorway that leads upstairs, like straight up their front stairs, so it is like their basement. And there was a point at night where we thought they were having like a fight. It sounded like we heard like a woman crying. We heard a lot of yelling, and we were like, oh no. And like they seemed nice when we met them. We're like, this seems intense.
I think their TV is just like right near that doorway because eventually we heard music swell with the argument. We're like, oh, we're hearing a movie.
Yeah,
but it sounded so real because I'm like, I think there's a woman crying right behind that door. I think she came down the stairs to cry.
Do you know what's crazy is when you're just in your Airbnb with your loved one and then you hear on full volume Marriage Story blasting through.
It might have been
through
that
your
too.
wall.
It might have been.
And just wondering if you need to knock on the door, see if somebody needs help. And then you hear a full crescendo at the end of the fight.
I think even Jess pinpointed what they were watching one time because it was that, I can't remember the show, but that Netflix show with the lady who's got the Tommy Wiseau accent. I can't remember the
Anna Delvey story?
Anna Delvey thing. I couldn't remember her name. I'm in a weird place today, man. I didn't sleep much last night.
But just the Tommy Wiseau thing is very funny.
Just give me your money. Don't worry about it.
Oh, man.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Sorry, bank.
Oh, hi, bank. Oh, hi, bank. How's your sex life? No, but there's a point like Jess could hear the accent. She's like, "Oh, they're watching that show, Inventing Anna." Is that what it's called?
Inventing Anna. Yeah.
And she like pinpointed what they were watching, and I was just like, "That means that TV's either too loud or too close to the doors." But you couldn't like really hear it through the ceiling. But the other thing with this Airbnb, sorry, you were talking about Chicago Airbnbs.
Oh no, just a very quick thing. So this Airbnb my friend was staying in was once again paper thin sort of ceiling, and the upstairs neighbors were running around and they clearly had a dog or whatever. And the same thing happened to him, but he was like eating a bowl of Frosted Flakes.
Yeah.
At a certain point when because he stepped away, like went to the bathroom, and then when he came back, he saw around the bowl a couple of paint chips.
Yeah.
And so now he's like, I don't know if this is full of paint chips or not. Like, I don't know. Like, he was like, I bought this cereal and it's like the last, because he'd been staying there for a week.
Yeah.
And he's like, the last bowl of my Frosted Flakes might be half paint chips.
Is it falling into my mouth when I'm sleeping at night?
Yeah. And so he was like, I think I ate so many paint chips in Chicago because I was sleeping and just little pieces of ceiling were just trickling down. Because at first he thought it was
negative
dust.
for COVID, but positive for lead poisoning.
100%. 100%. Just the idea that you're on your last bowl of Frosted Flakes that you love so much, and then you come back, there's just a ring of paint chips around the bowl. It's
challenging.
It must have felt like like when you're in a building now and they're like, oh hey, careful, there's asbestos up there.
Yeah.
It must have felt like that because he's like just going to the bathroom, coming back to the table, and then there's just like, and he said that the ring was so perfect that like it felt as if maybe a square of tile had like fallen down. So he knows most of it is in the bowl.
Yeah.
And so now he's like, I didn't see it fall in. And it's also milk on Frosted Flakes. So he's like, I'm never going to see the chips. Like maybe if I just eat the...
Yeah.
Like
if I just pretend everything's sugar.
Yeah, if I just let it all soak long enough, won't the paint soak out? Like won't the milk kill that paint? He was like trying every way that
in
he
movies when someone gets cut and they pour milk on it to sanitize.
He was just like, where's the 2%? 2%. Because
don't give me that skim, I'll get gangrene.
Because it was so wild, and he seemed so disappointed. Like even as he was telling me the story, he was looking down.
That would be disappointing, man. No,
Yeah.
it's and then it's like too. I was just like frustrated, but then I knew we were going to record, so I didn't really want to go anywhere. And like the neighborhood I'm in, there's not a lot around. It's kind of a scant neighborhood, like a couple of convenience stores. So I was like, so I just kind of sat there. I did like a Zoom with Jess, and I just like slowly just got like a genuine like migraine, and just so it's like just a kid running, and all like he was running all day. This kid was trucking all day. And it's
Yeah.
like, listen, I'm not for medicating kids, but I'm not against it. And it was, my God, I was like, this kid.
What's so wild about that is that in the long term, I wonder, I'm not even saying it is, I just wonder if life is actually fair. Because anyone who's doing that to so many people, because this is Airbnb, so I'm imagining people are checking in, checking out all the time.
Yeah.
Anyone who's making people live through that for like 5 years deserves to kind of not move that great when they get old. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's almost like the circle of life where you're gonna be in a home one day just really pushing a walker.
No, and I spent a lot of time today too, like just looking at hotels. I'm like, I don't need to, just waste money, but like, I almost want to just move to a hotel because at least even, I've been in hotels, people have been loud, but then you can call the lobby and be like, hey, can someone tell them to shut up? You can't do that when you're in someone's house.
Yeah,
Like,
especially when it's their house.
I'm staying in a stranger's house. That's them up there. I can't be like, hey, can you tell your kid to fucking chill?
Yeah.
Because the whole point I rented this one is I want to spend a couple days relaxing and working. And
That'd probably be the craziest thing that you could do.
It'd be wild.
You just walk up, hey, can you beat him?
I at least want to hear a good trip or something. That's
yeah. I'm just saying.
No, so it's like that's just a lot. And then the other thing that is, we'll call it challenging, was that when I got in there, and first off, so I had to check out from where me and Jess were staying, and then I had like a couple hours before I could check into this one. So I was just kind of out with my bags, and it was like a 20-minute walk from where we were. So I just kind of hung out in a park, and then I was like, all right, it's time to check in. So I walked, but it was it's a record like heat wave right now.
Yeah.
So I just had my backpack and a roller bag too. By the time I got to my Airbnb, my shirt was sweat. Like I was soaked. And then I get in there and there's no air conditioning.
Ooh.
And honestly, that's my bad. I didn't see that it said no AC on the thing. So that one's not on them.
Yeah.
And it's a basement unit, so it's been okay. It's been muggy, but it's been okay. Like I'm just fine. But then I get in there and then I go into the bathroom and there's a sign above the toilet. And it says, please do not flush. And this is the order they do it in, which was confusing. But it says, just please do not, flush paper towels, toilet paper, or feminine products. And putting toilet paper in the middle.
Yeah, to hide it.
Yeah, and it made me like read past it. I had to like read. I'm like, is this saying I can't flush? Period. Like, is this just saying I can't use this toilet? Because then that's got to be in the listing.
Yeah.
And then there was another one by where the toilet paper is, and that one just said don't flush paper towels. It said this like there's an old building, say old pipes, is built in like 1900 whatever, and it just says hey don't flush these things, but it didn't say toilet paper that time. It's like, okay, are they just saying like, hey, don't be reckless? It's old building, don't don't have a party. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And so I messaged them. I was like, hey, is this saying like never flush toilet paper? And it says use the container provided, but the container provided is just like the little garbage can they have next to them. Like, is it there? Are you just asking me to wipe my ass and keep it? Is that what you're asking me?
Yeah.
Is that what you're asking me right now? Is to have a very uncomfortable collection? Because okay, but then you got to be clear about like, that shit in the listing.
It feels like they're slowly trying to turn you into Jeffrey Dahmer. They're like, hey, don't use a toilet, and if somebody knocks on the door, you should eat them.
Yeah,
just you can have friends over if they're not like breathing.
Yeah, and like it's probably great to like wear someone else's head. So like just think about that. Think about those.
Yeah,
things.
just do that stuff and then
do that stuff and it's fine. And so I messaged them. I was like, "Does this mean never?" And their wording was like, they're like, "Yeah, it's really close to where like the sewage outlet is. So like it may." It doesn't always get to dissolve, the toilet paper, so something that creates clogs. They said, just be careful. And I was like, what in the entire fuck does that mean? Be careful.
To be careful while flushing a toilet. You shouldn't have to flush a toilet like you're detonating a bomb. Yeah, like you should have to touch it like, ooh. You shouldn't have to like push it a little bit and then be like, was that too much?
I mean, yeah, like I won't go nuts with it. It's like, and like, listen, I know there are places that do that. It depends on the pipe system. It depends on the placement, blah, blah. But you got to warn a guy. That's got to be in the listing.
That also
has to be in the listing.
It gives you no confidence
in anything. In anything in the place.
The water is clean.
It gives me no confidence the ceiling might not just fall. Like, I don't know, especially with that kid running.
I mean, it did fall. You know, a little piece of it fell.
That's honestly true.
I also think that when you are getting an Airbnb, you obviously want the pictures to be accurate. My favorite Airbnb that a friend even stayed in, my buddy stayed in this thing, and he was telling me about it. I felt so bad because I told him he could stay with me, but
could have told me that.
This is a different time in my life.
I know, I'm kidding.
I basically was in this situation where I was still living with Jeff and Amy.
Okay.
And Buddy came to stay, and then he was about to move into an apartment. But then in the interim, he was like, oh, let me move out a little early. Maybe I can get to the apartment early. And I was like, okay, if you're sure. And he Airbnb'd from this guy. I don't even know how. Airbnb will let you list things for like a suspicious amount of money. Mm-hmm. So they'll let them get very expensive. Obviously, there are people. Yeah. There are people. I didn't even know this. There are people, rich people, whose Malibu homes they will put on Airbnb for like actually an affordable rate if you all use the rooms.
You'll see like houses in like picturesque parts of the country that are like $500 like for a night.
I'm talking about a mansion.
Right.
Where as long as you bring enough people to use every room that's in there,
right,
you'll be able to afford it.
Right. Yeah.
So $500 per person for 15 people. Right. So obviously that's a lot of money per night. Mm-hmm. But like, hey, if you had $1,500 and I had $1,500, we want to stay 3 nights at a mansion, and we just had to get every friend that we've ever had that we don't think will ruin anything. To come with us, I had to whittle it down. I don't want to say every friend we ever had because now it sounds like we only have 6 friends apiece. But basically, he stayed at this Airbnb, and when he got to he knew it was going to be small because the pictures were a little blurry. So he was like, okay, whatever I'm signing up for isn't good.
Yeah.
And it was also $20 a night. So he's also this is crazy. And this is also early days of Airbnb too.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of people don't know. I maybe people knew about Airbnb, but a lot of people weren't using it as regularly. Like now we actually compare Airbnbs to hotels. So we'll be like, let me see how much a hotel is, let me see how much an Airbnb is. This is before we got to that stage as people.
Right, yeah.
So this is still when you had to kind of know what Airbnb was.
What Airbnb was, how to spot like what's
a deal
what's
and
a
what's a
deal,
scam.
What's a scam, what's real.
And so the pictures were very blurry. Goes over there and it's a tent for the $20 a night in the backyard.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Is a tent in the backyard, and the guy doing the $20 tent in the backyard, there's 2 other tents. So you're not even in a tent alone in the backyard. There are other tent people there.
And nowhere on the listing it said it was a tent at all.
Didn't seem like it.
Fucking
and so then
wild.
So then he's in his tent, and he's like, it's actually not that bad. Like, it's obviously bad. But he's like, hey, I'm new to New York. I'm like, he's also very young at the time.
Was it like in the city too?
No, I think it was in Brooklyn.
But I mean, like in New York proper though.
Yeah,
like you're in Brooklyn in a tent in someone's yard.
Yeah. I mean, the craziest part of this story is that someone has a backyard. I think you're getting caught up on little details.
I mean,
you're getting caught up on tents and like. Anyway,
I mean, I don't know.
So basically,
fuck me for getting caught up on the tent. Yeah, it's so ridiculous.
Yeah,
that I'm like, I can't believe someone tried to rent out a tent.
So basically, this dude is in the tent, and then the guy who's listing the Airbnb and has all the like tent people out there comes to his tent in the middle of the night and then just starts chatting with him, just starts like talking to him, which he was like, this can't be going anywhere good, you know? And then while he was talking to him, a guy comes to the backyard who must have just let himself in the house. I have no idea. But comes to the backyard and is like selling this dude drugs in front of the tent. And so he's like, man, this guy's not even trying to like cover it. Like he must not care about reviews at all. Because you lied that I'd be inside. I'm inside a tent.
Right, yeah.
And then you're selling, you're buying drugs in front of me. Directly in front of me, too.
Right.
And then the funny thing to me, he was like, imagine if I did drugs. I'd be so offended. You just bought drugs in front of me. Didn't even offer me some sort of deal in or anything.
Yeah. Yeah. You're not even making that a part of like, hey, listen, I know I'm making you stay in a tent, but I got this rock.
Yeah. No, man. That was like properly bad. I felt bad for him. He was there for like 3 nights or something.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's, yeah.
A full on tent. And then there was one where this is when I was on the college tour, and I think I was going to, it was in New Hampshire. Was it Keene? I can't remember where I was in New Hampshire, but I was still doing a little bit of the couch surfing. Do you ever use couch surfing?
No.
Okay. Do you know what it is, though?
I've heard of it,
Yeah,
but I
so
never used it.
I was still using couch surfing. I only used it a couple times because it was very hard for me to get reviews, because when people don't know you, they're nervous about letting you stay in their apartment, especially for free. And like, so then I kept trying to like throw in perks. So I'd be like, hey, if you let me stay, I can get you tickets to my show, or I can, you know, whatever the thing was that would help.
Right.
And so I was in New Hampshire. I was looking up places to stay next because I realized I hadn't planned a hotel yet.
Oh, okay.
And I also was still, this is like earlier in the tour, so I don't have the money to really like, I'll just stay at whatever's close when I get there.
Right.
Like
yeah.
this is still a point in my life where I had to like meticulously plan ahead, and I had let this extra day slip through the cracks.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I had to like, okay, I'm going to take a bus here to here, and I'm going to like all that routing stuff, which I was also scared to do. Like I ended up paying more because I kept putting it off because I was so scared to do it and get it wrong.
Yeah.
Anyway, I had let a date in New Hampshire slip through the cracks. So I'm already in New Hampshire, and I have to take a Greyhound in the morning for like an hour and a half to get to this next place.
Yeah.
And it's also just so funny because you think of life so differently now, not just because of where a person is like in relation to where they used to be, but also because of what we have now. So like at that time, I didn't even fully understand Airbnb. I knew about couch surfing.
Right.
I didn't even really like try to counter the bus with anything. So I was just like, buses are cheap. Just hopped on a bus. So I'm taking this bus, and as I'm like looking up couch surfing things, I'm like, man, no one's responded to me in time. So I'm gonna have to like maybe get this Airbnb thing people have been talking about.
Right.
And so that might have been the first time I actually put my credit card on Airbnb.
Oh, okay.
So I think I'd looked up Airbnb before, but this is the first time I've like, okay, I'm gonna have to do it because I can't afford a hotel day of.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not just gonna sleep in the bus station or something.
Right.
And so I start looking up some Airbnbs in the area, and that's how I knew I was in a bad area. These were horrible in the picture.
Yeah,
If
they're bad in the picture,
they were so bad in the picture that I was like, this is. There was one place that I looked at, I was like, this is drugs. Only drugs could yellow a wall like that.
yeah.
Like it was like it got to the point where I was like, for you to put it on here, it had to at least used to have been good.
Right. Either there was no filter on the phone that could fix this color, or you don't know how to do that, and therefore you can't be a trustworthy management.
Yeah, there was a place where and these are the pictures they're showing you. So they could elect to like try to hide something till you get there. So the pictures they're showing look like someone's been putting out cigarettes just anywhere.
Right.
like anywhere. And these places are like $45 a night, $50 a night, whatever. And so I'm looking at the prices and I'm like, man, I can't do it though. Like I was like in my head, I was like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
Then someone happened to respond that day from couch surfing. I ended up getting to crash on someone's couch, but that saved me from what we're definitely going to be like. No, there was one that was just a dorm, and in the listing of the thing, it was like, "This is my dorm." Like it was like someone was openly trying to get everyone to keep their secret. They were like, "This is my dorm. Just don't like blow my cover," essentially.
Right.
Is what they were saying.
Especially in those early days, there was a lot of like, because people were just doing it in like apartments where, you know, they didn't own the apartment, they were just staying in it.
Yeah.
Bring it on there. Like, I think now it's more rigorous how you get, you know, I think approved or whatever. Because I remember an apartment I had, people were just like, "Why don't you just Airbnb that room?" Like, I don't own it. The owner's family lives downstairs. Like, that just sounds like I'm going to absolutely get caught. And the lease says no Airbnb. Like, you know?
Yeah.
And also, like, Airbnb, like, I guess just put it out there, like, yeah, it's not good for like neighborhoods and stuff. So it's like,
but like
but sometimes I gotta save money.
It was so rampant. It was so rampant that every place in every state started putting whether or not you could Airbnb your place. It's rare that you get something that's that bad that it makes everyone collect, because no law got passed to make people say you have to tell people whether or not you want the Airbnb. Everyone just started being like, this is chaos.
Yes.
So I'm personally just gonna say don't Airbnb it, and then that spread like crazy.
Yeah. Because it's because now it's like it's just inviting so much into your home, like, or a building you own.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I see that there are better deals. Like, there are cheaper ones I could get to that are like, it's just a room in someone's place, and I don't fuck with that. So like I never would have done the couch surfing one anyway. I just like my own space too much. And
the couch surfing one is so interesting because it's such a community, and I really appreciate everyone that let me stay with them. I only used it maybe 4 or 5 times in between hotels and Airbnbs and stuff, because then sometimes, like as you know, the college will also sometimes have a hotel for you.
Yeah.
So then that also helped me, because I was like, okay, if I couch surf for the 2 days before I already have a hotel, then I'm like only making money this entire time.
Right.
I only have to worry about my food and the transportation, which I had already planned before I left New York. So I was like in a good spot. And yeah, luckily I didn't really have anybody that was weird on couch surfing. Like everyone was pretty much like, I would even ask them, I was like, why do you do this? And then they were like, well, you know, one time I was like stranded in Finland, and just a stranger saw me sitting at the bus stop and then let me stay at their place. And ever since then I've been trying to like pass it forward or whatever. And I was like, wow. It was honestly the most altruistic reasons I've ever heard for people doing that.
And I have a feeling you're more likely to be the recipient of crazy, you know, weirdness if you're the renter rather than the rentee. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because most people who are doing that are probably like, either someone just wants the extra money. They're clearly chill enough to just have someone in their house, you know.
But couch surfing, you don't have to pay.
Oh, it's just
that's
just nice then. That's
what I'm saying.
That is just a nice community.
That's why I was like, this is crazy.
I thought that was like a rent a couch thing. I never did it. I'd heard of it. I never realized it was just literally just crash on couches. That's nice.
Yeah, there's one of them that you're renting the couch, but then the one that I did was straight up. That's why it was so hard to get people to respond sometimes, because like it's not like people were on it all the time. Some people almost kind of used it like a little bit Facebooky in a way, where they like especially if they were world travelers, because I think the way that it started was world travelers trying to help each other out. Like, I live in the Netherlands.
Right.
So anyone in our community that comes to the Netherlands can stay with me as long as too many of you don't come at the same time.
Yeah.
So then to jump into that is very hard, because you have to get a lot of reviews for people to trust you.
Yeah.
Especially because it's free.
Yes. Okay.
And
that
so
does add a whole new element to it. That makes it nicer, but then probably does make it. You got to be a little.
That's why I was like,
cagier.
Yeah, I was a little scared. Like I remember the first time I fell asleep at one, I was like, "This is it. I should have just spent that $80." And like, now I'm about to.
I mean,
be murdered.
yeah. I don't know. And you know my everyone does my general dislike of strangers and getting to know people. So crashing on just people's couches. I don't know. There'd be too much pressure to be like, how much do I have to talk to you? How much do I have to like?
I remember
Because I'm not rude. I'm not a rude person, but I like my quiet too. I like to just.
What's the James Franco movie? This one will really bother you. This whole thing. I've talked about this for way too long already. But this story is going to make you very upset. One second.
Okay.
1 second.
The James Franco movie.
Not actually. I don't think you'll actually be angry, but this is. Give me 1 second.
I'm too exhausted to be truly angry about anything right now.
Okay, so you know the James Franco and Jonah Hill movie True Story?
I've heard of it.
Okay. I watched that movie with someone I was couch surfing with, and it was just this very sweet, like incredibly sweet out of a movie, little tiny old woman that that had done like couch surf. She had got on the couch surfing thing.
Yeah.
And like,
yeah, someone's got a big dick. All right.
I'm not saying that this is the reason, but this is what it felt like. So I'm not saying she's not a sad person. She was very happy. But it did seem like she would do Airbnb and couch surfing, which is why her couch surfing is even nicer, because she can make money off of renting the room and whatever. And sometimes she just chooses to like let somebody stay for free, if, you know. And basically we hung out for like a whole day. It was like,
see, that's the thing. This has Josh Johnson written all over it.
So
this whole situation. This dude, I've talked before about how long he just will talk to just like people at the reception desk at hotels, and that's a good thing about you. I'm just saying this is a very much a Josh Johnson adventure app.
We hung out all day because I got in, right? And so I get in, and man, okay, so just from off the rip, I think that's a fridge.
Oh, is that the I'm like, that's just a new one. I was like, that's coming from that way.
So just off top, I get in and I message her if I can come by a little bit earlier, because I was like, hey, I want to just make sure I take a quick nap before my show and everything. And I know I'm getting in early in the day, so when's a good time to check in and stuff?
Yeah.
And then she was like, oh, you can come by whenever. I'm just hanging out. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. I get to the apartment and she lets me in, and her daughter is leaving.
Okay.
So her and her daughter had been having lunch, I guess, and her daughter's leaving. And then I sit down and she's like, we have some leftover sandwiches if you want anything. Can I feed you? I was like, oh no, I'm good. It was like hang out with my grandma. And then she just kept trying to feed me. And then we were sitting there. We were sitting there, and she started just telling me stories about her family. And it was, before I knew it, it had been an hour. And I was just like, man, this lady's like the coolest.
Yeah.
And she was like, do you have any errands you want to run or anything? Like, I was like, oh yeah, I actually do need to go to CVS. And so we went to CVS together. We went to CVS together, and so we go to CVS, and
I do not know how you haven't been kidnapped. Like, I don't know how someone truly hasn't taken you hostage.
But
wander into these scenarios a lot.
But she's so little. It was hilarious too, because she had a little. It wasn't a donut. But I guess she had an injury, and so she had a little cushion on the driver's seat. But then the cushion also seemed like it was helping her see over the steering wheel. So it looked like it was just serving dual purpose, like, because she was like, now you'll have to be patient with me. I walk a little slow because I fell. And the way I had to try not to laugh when she was telling me, because I really didn't want to offend her, because by now we're like chilling, we're like buds,
you're
right?
best friends now, yeah.
And so then she was like, "Oh, I fell because," and I've seen something like this happen before, so it makes sense. But basically, she fell, and then she tried to get up quick. She said she felt like if she got up fast enough, she wasn't hurt. And so she fell.
That
and
is
like
perfect,
and
like old person logic.
Yeah, you know, like when you're like, it's like when you're
Yeah.
a kid and you trip, but you're embarrassed, and you're like, "No, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good." You try to save it.
Yeah.
And she fell, and she tried to get up so fast that she fell again.
Oh.
And that's where she really did the damage. And so she was walking a little slow and had like a little bit of a wiggle to compensate.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, the doctor says I'm going to make a full recovery, but I mean, at my age, what does that even mean?
Yeah, she sounds badass.
Yeah,
That
she
sounds
was
great.
like, she was like, if you do your best, you'll still have a 70-year-old hip. And so we go to CVS, and she's like giving me like mild to hot goss on everybody at the CVS. This is a small-ish town.
Oh, okay.
And so she was like, "Oh, the cashier there used to work at Arby's, but her service was terrible."
See right there. That is why she rents out the couch.
Yeah.
She just wanted people to gossip with.
Yeah,
She-
yeah.
And clearly,
Her
if she's-
daughter's heard all of it already.
Her daughter's heard all of it, and if she's talking shit about everyone, she probably don't have a lot of friends. So, so I'm gonna just let people stay on my couch.
Yeah. But no, she would tell me, so it was the full benefit of a nosy old woman, because she was telling me about people we were passing in the car.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, we would be passing people in the car on the
That's
sidewalk.
great.
She'd be like, "Oh, him right there, he was." I was like, "Yeah," because like I also don't care, but also I only saw the back of his head, so
Yeah.
it's not like we talked to him and then she's
Yeah,
walking. Like,
I
at
have
least-
I have no perspective on him. I have
Yeah.
not seen this man. I didn't know he was there.
Yeah, like at least the cashier like dropped her cookie tin. Like when she was telling me about the cashier, I was like, "Oh, that sparked a little memory because of the awkward thing that just happened."
Yeah.
Because she, to be fair to my older friend, the cashier did. It was kind of a boss move because it worked for me and then it didn't work for her. So she rang everything up. This is her process, right? The cashier rang everything up and then opened one bag and then tried to slide everything, like scoop everything in the bag. And so I got a bunch of snacks and like a new toothbrush and some stuff. And so for me, it worked because it
Right.
was like everything I got was small. And then, and then this woman that I'm staying with got many more things.
Right.
And she still tried it. And so most of it just missed the bag.
Yeah. You can't do it with a gallon of milk. You can't.
She's just like scooping it off the counter, and then it just starts falling. And then as it's falling, she keeps scooping because she's like, some of it's gonna land in there.
Yeah.
And then so then we go back. I invite her to the show.
Okay.
Which she was like, "Oh, if I come, I'll have to like come a bit later, or you like first or whatever," and
Right.
like all that stuff. And so she was nice enough to drop me off at the college and was
Wow.
like, "I can pick you back up if you want, and blah blah, blah. And I'll definitely, you can ride with me if if I do come to the show."
Also, I pinned my number to your shirt.
Yeah.
So if you get lost, just tell someone to call that.
There's a sign on your back
Here's-
that says you're my son.
Here's a baggie.
And so
Got a
then
sandwich in there for you.
I do the show, and I can't remember if she came or not, sadly, because that would be very sweet if she came. Anyway, but I take an Uber back because I just don't, hear from her or anything. And yeah, she must not have come because she opened the door when she. Anyway, but then we get back inside, and she's watching, maybe it was HBO or Showtime, and she's like, "A movie's about to come on. Do you want to watch?" And we just watched True Story with James Franco and Jonah Hill, and she just kept gushing on James Franco the entire time. Like, she was like, she would just turn to me and be like, "I know he's a murderer in this one, but he's dreamy."
Luckily, he ended up being very cool in real life too.
Yeah, it's it's clearly her Hollywood crush. And then we watched the whole thing, and then
She had to be bummed a couple years ago, if she's still with us.
I guess so. Yeah. Maybe she didn't.
Maybe she passed to miss the fall of James Franco.
What if she wanted it that way? What if she was like, I'd rather die than hear a bad word said about James Franco.
Lose my James Franco.
Yeah. So yeah, we watched True Story, and I'll never
What's that one about?
forget that. That was like very cool. She was like a great stay.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's a good story. I like that a lot. So maybe I do need to just I don't know, involve myself in people's lives instead of under them.
I guess so. I mean, it's also gone poorly. Like,
Oh, for sure.
like there have been times where
I know. I listened to this show. I know your stories are a real 50-50. Of either something great happens or something inexplicable happens. Hi.
So the next Airbnb that you're going to, has this given you pause? Are you nervous now?
A little, because it's not that far away from the one I'm in now. And the pictures of it, it's a weird setup, but
Yeah.
it does have some amenities. Like, I mean, mainly it has air conditioning, so like that will make me happy. And windows, because it's not a basement unit. So I'll just probably be less just depressed. And this one does have windows in the bedroom, and it looks straight out to garbage. It just looks out straight into the back of the garbage cans. Not even the pile of garbage, but like just the cans are there in front of the windows. So it's not really a view.
So I have one more
Okay.
Airbnb horror that I think
Scare BnB?
maybe we should just stop.
That
the
was a
episode
good one. That
now.
was a good pun.
I'm not even saying it wasn't good. I'm saying that maybe, we both had a long day.
Right. You're saying nothing can top it. Nothing can top Scare BnB. So we should probably quit while we're ahead is what you're saying. That's what Josh is saying.
Why don't we go out of focus for a second?
Because the light is going away, so it's having trouble.
Oh, whoops. Okay.
It's having a little trouble focusing on both of us. Yeah, yeah. Let's get real close now.
Yeah, my bad. Did I mess it up by leaning back?
No, that was
Okay.
fine. I was leaning back. I think I was the first one to lean back.
So now there's a light there, so this will be over soon.
Yeah, that's a really hip ice cream truck.
God, this ice cream is really hot. Do they put a lot of cinnamon in it, or? Oh, my mouth's on fire.
My God.
So basically, I have a friend. Just for all intents and purposes, let's call him Benny, just so that we can keep the story straight. Okay.
Now, Benny or Benny?
Let's call him Sam. Dick. So Sam was getting an Airbnb because he had to stay for a friend's wedding a couple extra days.
Okay.
And so it was basically him staying with his friends in a hotel for like 3 nights.
Right.
But then whenever they needed to stay a bit longer, he couldn't float it, so he was downgraded to an Airbnb that was cheaper than splitting the hotel that they were at. Because I guess they got a group deal for everyone that was in the wedding, but then the extra stay it wasn't covered by the wedding.
Yeah.
And so
yeah, because you only get that deal when you're blocking off a bunch of rooms. So
Yeah.
it's like you're still putting a lot of money into the hotel, but yeah.
yeah, and so he stayed for the wedding and then stayed a couple extra days for business and stuff.
Okay.
And he's staying at this Airbnb, and this woman is renting it from the upstairs. So she's upstairs, kind of like your situation. She's upstairs, and then downstairs is the Airbnb.
Mm-hmm.
And while he's there, this guy knocks on the door. He comes to the door, and the guy is like, "Who the hell are you?" And
Jesus.
And Sam is like, I'm staying at the Airbnb. He's like, oh, really? And he's like, yeah? Like, what? Who are you? Like, you know that thing where someone starts interrogating you and it takes you a second to be like, wait, why am I answering your questions?
Yeah,
you know?
You have no authority over me, I think.
And then the guy at the door is like, that I'm asking because there's no Airbnb here. And he's like, yeah, there is. It's on Airbnb. I rented it. I got the keys from the person upstairs, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, okay. And then he goes to like around, which I guess is how you get to the like first floor or whatever.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then the person he rented from comes down, and then he walks back up to him with the woman that gave him the keys, like, who is this? And she's like, he's renting the Airbnb. And he's like, there's no Airbnb here. And she's like, yes, there is. And then then the guy is like, so you're not lying to me, are you? Like, to him. And he's like, no. And then she's like, stop it. And he's like, you're not lying to me either, right? And you're like, no. And then finally he's like, who is this person? And she says, this is my ex-husband. And then he's like, husband.
There's the whole story in that one assertion.
Yeah.
That is the entire story.
And so he's just standing there now while they argue if there's an Airbnb there. So then
And now they got to argue if they're still married.
yeah. And so he never got the full story, but he's like, this guy probably thought I was like,
Here to have sex with his wife.
yeah,
Which is clearly a suspicion already on his mind.
yeah.
Wow.
Which is, how do you leave a good review after that? Like, how do you leave a...
Yeah.
Because you're scared for a second. Because you're like... Because the guy didn't just go like, oh, okay, and then walk away. He was like, oh,
Right.
all right. It's like he just walked away.
Maybe he was really hoping to be able to stay in the basement for their trial separation, and now this is confirmation that he will not be able to do that.
Now this is just horrible.
You also can't, someone say, this is my ex-husband. You can't just go, no, husband. Like, that doesn't fix it.
No, it really doesn't.
That does nothing.
So, yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I'll continue avoiding people. I've gone full circle.
I didn't want to skew you and like fill your,
You want to give me optimism for people.
Yeah, no, not worth it.
Should we open up the mailbag quick?
Let's do it.
What do you want to go? We got some new ones, or should we do some of the ones that were for our 100th?
Maybe we do one old, one new.
101 new? Okay. Yeah. Let's see, how old do we want to go here? We'll do this one. This isn't like old, but this is from a month back. But this is from Kyle, and it says the title is Fair Fish. And then this is interesting, you got this angle looking.
Just
at
my
me
neck
now.
was starting to hurt.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Starting to hurt bad, and I've been trying to handle it the entire time, and it's been almost an hour.
We could have done this.
No,
from the beginning.
It's fine.
Do you want me to turn this way to you too?
You don't have to because you have to read.
Well, I can.
Why would you do it like that?
I don't know, man.
That's.
But it says, hey, J-Lo, thought you'd like to hear that I once won the healthiest and strongest fair goldfish to ever live when I was 13 years old. Fair goldfish have come up a few times on this show. So
yeah.
I didn't know this thing would last longer than 2 weeks, so I named him Dinner.
That's dope.
That's a great name.
Wow.
Well, he lived for over 6 years. He survived the harrowing experiences of, and now there's a little bullet point list. 1, living in a tiny bowl for 2 years. We changed the water weekly by scooping him up in a ladle and keeping him in a soup bowl until the fresh water was conditioned. 2, overfeeding him. So just 3, my older brother feeding him crushed up Oreos.
That's a dope life, though.
This fish sounds like he's actually doing, like, that's why he kept fighting. He's like, I love these. This is
great.
Dessert fish food they give me.
Yeah.
The same older brother chasing him with a letter opener. So I'm assuming that means just putting it in the water and trying to...
And just like spinning it around.
That's what I'm guessing.
Yeah.
That's just stirring.
Yeah.
We got him an actual tank-like bowl with a lid to protect him from my psychopath brother. And then finally, a glow stick accidentally leaking into his water. What kind of...
This is probably like in fish heaven. He party the hardest. Like
Yeah,
he's
got
seen
the
things
stories.
other goldfish have never seen.
He finally died when I went to college and my dad was away for the week and my mom, quote, didn't know she was supposed to feed him. She apparently thought he was a plant and not a living water being. R.I.P. dinner. Love y'all, Kyle.
That goldfish might still be alive if it hadn't been for his mother's negligence.
Yeah.
This is the closest thing to a murder.
You need to hold that over her forever. That's what you need to do. And let me look for, let's see, a new one here. Okay, this is real recent. So this is from, where's the name? I guess Don. And the title is Ayo, Heyo, Hello, J-Lo. So
Wow, fire.
points on that title.
Fire.
I was introduced to Josh's comedy via a random ad to my work playlist years ago of his earliest album, I Like You, and have been hooked into his hilarity ever since. Like many have already said before, Logan is the perfect component. I think I'm the perfect component. Okay, so I'm the only thing working about this.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they mean opponent, but yeah.
I thought companion, but opponent's probably good too. Logan is the perfect component in this podcast for Josh with his unhinged laughter, antagonizing, and overall love and concern for his totes bestie. Come on. Love you.
It looks like there's more there.
Let's just sit in this for a second.
That's not necessary.
I took my mom and brother to see Trevor Noah at the Foxwood Casino in Connecticut and completely forgot that you opened for him. When you were introduced, I lost my shit and couldn't stop shaking and yelling at my bro and mom in excitement, telling them how hyped I was to see you live and in person. Wish I could have hung out there long enough to have raced you on that indoor go-kart track.
Oh, yeah.
Was there an indoor track there?
Did I not tell you about this?
Was that what we talked about last
I
time?
thought we talked about it, but...
I guess I didn't know it was indoor.
Yeah,
It's
it's indoor.
Okay, so from that recent episode.
Yeah.
There you go. I live in PA, but I won't be able to see y'all at the Punchline in Philly next week because I work second shift during the weekdays, and that weekend I'll be in DC cosplaying at an anime convention.
Okay.
Quit your job. Do the anime convention. Quit your job. Come on out. Nothing but the best of luck to you both, and hope to meet y'all face to face one day. Rating 69 nice weebs out of 5 weebs.
Thank you so much, Don.
P.S. question.
Yeah.
Have either of you attended any conventions, whether an anime, game, etc.? And who would y'all be willing to cosplay as if you did? Have you ever been to an anime convention or comic book convention?
Yeah, I've been to a couple. What did I go to? I went to one that was in Lafayette, Louisiana. I can't remember the name of it. And I think I've been to something called, I can't remember what it was. It was like half comic books, half old. Like it was a comic book convention, but it was like half like comic books and then half old, super old, like TV nostalgia stuff. So they'd be like, I was an extra on Knight Rider, that thing.
Oh, okay, yeah, just kind of a regular
but I have
convention.
been to one. I've been to 2 technically because I went to Comic-Con in 2016, the New York Comic-Con.
Oh, okay.
And then I went to that one in Lafayette in like 2009 maybe.
Okay.
But yeah.
I've never been to a comic book. I don't think I've been to any convention like that. Do car shows count? We go to car shows with my dad a lot, so that's like a car convention.
It's not really the same thing at all, but
people are dressed up there like
that's
like hillbillies. I think that's just how they dress. But
yeah, this whole thing is not car convention Comic-Con.
Okay, but now to answer the second part of that question, though, who would you cosplay as?
Someone said, who's the electric shock superhero that's not Black Lightning? It's Static Shock. Yeah, people have said I look like Static Shock.
What's he from?
I think DC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Pretty
sure DC.
Okay.
What about you?
Who would I cosplay as? I don't know. What could I pull off? Some kind of sitcom dad.
I think maybe like a dad from Yes Dear.
Yeah, or I don't know, Marklyn Baker from Perfect Strangers. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. I could probably, if I cut some hair, I could do early season Hopper from Stranger Things, maybe back when he was a little when he was still thicker.
Did he get skinny?
Yeah, he's skinny now. Well, because he got ripped for.
I'm very behind.
That's all right. Well, yeah, he's ripped this season. They worked in the storyline, but also he got ripped for the Black Widow movie. And
when you say ripped, do you mean like pants ripped from all the weight that he gained?
No,
he's very big in Black Widow. He's like out of shape in Black Widow.
But he's like way thinner than he was. Maybe he lost it for Stranger Things then. But no, he's much thinner now than he was.
I like to think some actors
he's way more fit because he had a gut though, like in the early days of Stranger Things, and now he's like he's pretty fit now because he did it for Hellboy too. I guess Hellboy's probably what he bulked up for is what he got.
Yeah, because I like to think that some actors just get fit for them.
I mean, I think that ends up being the like bonus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I'm sure but it helps if someone else is like kind of footing the bill for it. But that was kind of like everyone always thought that Kumail Nanjiani got ripped because like Marvel made him, but like they didn't care. They wanted him to just be him, but he's like, nah, I'm gonna get
jacked.
So like that's another thing for him to just be like, nah, don't worry, I'm gonna get ripped.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for listening to the Josh Johnson Show. We had a great time recording. I hope you had a great time listening. If you are looking to catch up with us on any of the socials, you can find me at Josh Johnson Comedy on Instagram, Josh J Comedy on Facebook, Josh Johnson on Twitter, and Josh Johnson Comedy on TikTok and YouTube, where we're going to be posting clips of the show. And if you're looking for Logan,
you can follow me on Instagram at Logan M. Nielsen. And if you want to get into the mailbag like those people there, you can email us joshjohnsonshow@gmail.com. And if, say, I don't know, next week, let's say Wednesday, the 27th, around 10 p.m.-ish, if you feel like meeting us in person, you can come out to Union Hall in Brooklyn. We are doing a live, in-person Josh Johnson show. So we're going to do some stand-up, and then we're also going to do a full episode. We're going to do a full recording of us doing the show with an audience. We did it last year, and it was an absolute delight.
And if you can't make it to that, if you can't be at that,
sadly you're busy next Wednesday or something
because you're in Philly, we're going to be in Philly right after that.
Oh my God, for 3 whole days.
Yeah, in Philly for 3 whole days from the 27th to what?
28th to the 30th is what we're doing shows. So
and
Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You got 1 show on Thursday. You got 2 shows Friday and Saturday. That's 5 chances to go. So in that chunk of days, that's 6 chances to come see us in person.
And if you don't do it, you just didn't wanna. You know,
you just didn't want it bad enough, and we all know it. You won't be a champion like the child that is above me at my Airbnb.
We hope to see you there. Thanks so much for listening, and have a great rest of the week.
Y'all are the best. See you later.
Joined by my co-host, fellow stand-up comedian Logan Nielsen. Logan, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right, man. How are you?
I'm good. The bird is back, and it's just gonna do this now. Every time I take that train, the bird is there.
The same pigeon from the last episode?
So here's the thing. I feel like it would be crazy for me to just say unequivocally that this is the same pigeon. I don't know that. All I know is that
it's more fun.
It does look the same, and it exhibits the same behavior, and I record it each time like it's the same one. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I'm slowly becoming this bird man because no one else seems to notice or care. And I'm like, guys, this is the. Can I tell you? Okay, so yesterday I was like, guys, this is the same pigeon from yesterday. And then the person that I was talking to was like, I don't know you.
You just said it to somebody?
I just said it to somebody like, man, this is the same picture from yesterday. And he was like, yeah, I don't know you. Or like, I don't have any connection to this.
I love that he just started with that. I'm just like, I don't know you.
I don't know you.
I wasn't there yesterday.
Yeah. Which is fair. It wasn't until he even said I don't know you that I realized I was talking to a stranger. Because you know how sometimes you just take the same commute with like a handful of people? You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, I get that.
Like I had seen him before.
Right.
And so I thought we could connect. I thought I could both like show my excitement and make a new friend off the fact that this is the same pigeon.
Right.
And he was like, I don't know you.
I don't know you.
And I was
you,
like,
sir.
that's very fair. I know we've taken the train kind of together several times, but
Right.
we have never spoken to each other.
Well, sorry.
And me opening up with this is the same pigeon is not how you start a friendship.
No. Especially then your follow-up is be like, oh, sorry, well, I see you taking this route all the time.
Also, my name is Josh. Just
That's
for
a good
when you
start.
tell the police.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I want you to go ahead and take a good mental picture right now for the description. I'll back up. There you go. Get a good look.
Get a good look. I'll turn around real quick so you can give a full description of what I'm
give
wearing.
The full, everything.
Yeah. Yeah. So my days have been seeing that pigeon again and again. Also going to the Met. I went to the Met yesterday.
Oh,
and that was really cool. But it did remind me that I had been to the Met. I thought I had never been, and then I got to a couple of rooms and I was like, oh no.
See, what's great too is I know you've been to the Met.
Yeah.
Because last year when Jess and I went, you and Sally talked about when you guys had gone to the Met.
Yeah.
So I know you've been there. You could have texted me.
But I didn't even think, okay, here's the thing. So when I went to the Met the first time, I was just like a kid in a candy store full of art. Like I didn't even have a plan.
I was licking everything.
I was just licking everything. I was touching all of it. I was asked to leave several times, had to sneak back in. So basically, as I'm walking around, the first time I remember much better now, I was just enjoying being there and how big this place is. This is ridiculously huge. And so it is. It's like every time you turn a corner, there's a huge, you're in a different huge building.
And that is true. And it's kind of an easy place to get lost in too. But I just like the idea of you in the Met, which has one of the like best art collections in the country, and just you being like, this room is so big.
Yeah.
Like spinning in a circle.
No, it was.
I've never seen a building so big. How? You were just outside.
Amazing. And so
it's an amazing place.
It wasn't until I got to some of the medieval, like Byzantine art, that I was like, wait, I've seen and it's because they keep the structure the same. So even if the art is changing, they there's that huge gate, that huge gate. So that I was like, wait, I've seen that exact thing before. And then I turned into a room full of art I had seen before. And I was like, wait, oh no, I've been here.
Yeah.
And luckily though, the first 2 hours that I was there, even though I had been there before, I saw a bunch of art I had never seen.
Yeah. No, it's a massive place.
Yeah.
They have so much stuff in there. Cause me and Jess, when we went last year, that was our big thing, is that it wasn't until because they were closing down. We were there until 5, and we went to their gift shop quick. And then we started seeing like the prints and stuff or whatever they have there. Cause usually it's like museums. Here's what we have here. And they kind of sell merch based on it. It wasn't until we were going through that we realized like, oh fuck, they have that here? They have that here? And we didn't get to any of it because we spent like a full hour just in the Egyptian section because they have like old pieces of tombs and pyramids, which is fascinating. Mm-hmm. But we realized we got stuck in all that like old historical stuff. I mean, it's all historical, but like that really, really old, like actual structural stuff we did that for so long, and then this time we made a goal. We're like, we are going to get to the paintings. We didn't see any of the Van Goghs. We missed. It's like the most famous thing they have there, and we missed all of it. We didn't even realize. So this time we went back. We stayed focused, and we got to that stuff, and we were literally like a hallway away from all the shit we wanted to see.
That's
we just
funny.
didn't go. We didn't go 3 extra feet.
Yeah.
To get to it.
While I was there, and this is what's weird. Clearly, even though a lot of this stuff is priceless, clearly there's a level of care for some pieces more than others, because some pieces have an alarm and some of them do not. And so there was a kid who straight up this kid straight up licked the statue of the Three Graces. Just imagine you're sitting there appreciating, like, you know, ancient art, like the fact that there's someone who has carved into marble something that has stood the test of time, and you look down and there's just a third grader just running his tongue.
Well, yeah. Remember when we were at the Philadelphia Museum of Art, and we just saw that kid who was like ready to climb into an ancient fountain.
Yeah.
He was like standing on part of it and just touching it. And his mom's level of alarm was nothing. She just went, Jeffrey, don't.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, he's climbing history. Grab him.
Yeah. Yeah. His oily fingers are going to desecrate this ancient piece of art.
Can I talk quick about the other thing I saw at the Philadelphia Museum of Art? Or rather heard. You remember this.
I don't, but yeah.
When we were there, I went into this little side room where, like, it went to like one of those kind of like recreation rooms. You know, this is what this, you know, whatever would have looked like. And I walk in, and there's a security guard in there.
Oh,
and I see him he's off to the side with his phone. And I just walk into the room, and he's clearly doing speech to text. Because he starts it. And he goes, the dishes, and then he hears me behind him, and he stops. But then continues, just goes, the dishes better be cleaned and put away when I get home. And he was clearly sending a threatening text to a family member.
Yeah.
But I love the thinking about not finishing saying it. But then he went ahead, because I was in there. I was right behind him.
The
and
only reason he
decided
didn't
to finish the
curse
threat
was because you were there.
That's probably the gap was probably
Yeah.
Because
because then later when I lost you, I found him. So then you were like gone. You were like, because every major cities of art museum is usually just huge. So like the Art Institute in Chicago is huge. Philadelphia Museum of Art, the Virginia Fine Arts Museum, all like take days to get through. Like, and that's only if you're trying to just look, much less read what the artist was doing when they made the piece. So I lose you almost immediately. like
you were just really enjoying looking at the swords, and I was ready to move on.
Yeah, so I was like chilling, looking at swords. I was chilling, looking at like all the stuff. Anyway, I lose you at one point, and there's a room just like the room that you were in. This is a different area, though, I think, that you were in than versus the one I was in, where they've taken pieces that were essentially like the living quarters of that period. And so this guy, once again, is tucked away. I guess he just thinks no one looks in this room, because you can only take 2 steps into the room and look around. You can't actually
because then it's
in
just
the
a
room.
Barrier, and then you're just looking at the still life, I guess, or whatever.
But then he's tucked into the side. And so then when I don't even fully hear what he said. I have like many inferences to what he may have been saying, because it sounded like what I heard him. He had, once again, speech to text, phone close to his mouth, and he was like, "Don't make me break my foot off." And
Yeah.
It was like the same like through the teeth thing that I imagine you heard, but it was even more mumbly. So it wasn't like the dishes, whatever. It was like just one amoeba of a threat, just like don't make me take the back of your leg, and like it was just
this poor security guard. He just wants to find a quiet corner to threaten his family.
Yeah,
that's all he wants to do.
Yeah.
And he was in stark contrast to the first security guard we ran into. Remember, who was telling us about like the ancient railing, which could absolutely be a lie.
It could be. I also think, this is what I think. I think that guy was told that by a different security guard years ago, and he's repeated it ever since. Because it is an interesting fact, and I think it could be true, mainly because they are tucked away in a way that people just don't look at them.
Yeah, so there's this one room where then there's this there's like a walkway up there or something. Looks like a staff only area.
Yeah,
and there's this one section of like stone railing, and he's like, that is, I think he said that's the oldest piece of art. Or no, it's one of the oldest pieces actually in the museum.
Yeah,
because it was taken over from some sort of, I don't know, cathedral or something.
Yeah, they took it from a temple.
Yeah, and then just put it there, but no one has labeled it. And it does look kind of out of place. So you're like, maybe, but also, I don't know. And he just tells this story of like, you're not supposed to say this, but it's like, oh, that costs like $7 million or some shit. And I'm like, I don't know if anyone would really, I don't think that really translates. You might be going off of other artifacts from that era or something could be worth that. I don't think just a railing that has been built into a museum now would go for $7 million.
And before we completely drop this topic, just in case it's not resonating with the audience, before we leave it behind,
it's an episode on culture, okay? I don't think we're in the wrong here. Come on.
There were like six pillars, and he said that each one of them costs like $2 million.
Oh, that's right. He was even more specific.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because it was the pillars, right?
It wasn't
it wasn't the balcony. That's right, because there was like the balcony. Yeah. So there's 4 pillars. Yeah, and each of them were like $2 million.
Yeah, and then
allegedly.
So I bring up this whole thing because I'm even going to the Whitney on Friday.
Oh, cool.
Trying to like really get that culture vibe in. You know what I'm talking about? Get that, all that good reading juices, all that stuff that come out museums, all that like.
See, now this I like. Let's keep talking about art, but let's do it that way.
All that rich, sophisticated feeling you get in your brains.
Yeah. Yeah. Fancy ass pillars.
So basically, when there's a museum of, I think it's contemporary. I'm trying to remember what it is. There's just this museum. I'll look it up right now. This is from my hometown as well, where it's like very small.
Oh, from your whole town. Okay.
Wait a second.
There was also a museum we went to in Philadelphia. While he's looking that up, in Philadelphia, that was very nice. What was it? The what institute? I can't remember the guy's name. The Barnes Foundation.
Mm-hmm. Barnes Foundation.
The Barnes Foundation, which was great, had a great collection. That one was frustrating that nothing was labeled.
Yeah, because that was just a guy's house.
It was his private collection. So it was set up how it was always set up. Very cool museum, very worth going to. But they have this thing where you can scan the art to find out things about it, which we didn't really get to do because by the time I got there, Josh's phone was about dead, and it was draining mine quickly. And we were gonna have to Uber to a show that night, so we couldn't really get some good learning in. But we looked at everything. We looked the hell out of it.
This does bother me that. So my hometown's museum is the Alexandria Museum of Art, and their website is, this is chaos. Their website is themuseum.org.
Whoa, they got it early, huh?
They got it so early. And I can't imagine it's full of...
The museum.
I can't imagine it's full of stuff.
God, it'd be great if you went there and it was like a still under construction, like clip art from like 2001.
Because let's see. I mean, there can't be much in here because the price for adults is $5. which is
Yeah, we have an art-
accessible. I appreciate that, but
That's good. Hell, with the art museum I think we have in our town, I think is free. I think it's a give what you want situation.
anyway, so what we have. Why is the font like this? I don't know. Anyway,
I can't see what you're looking at.
I was trying to navigate what's there right now to see if this was
Okay.
a piece that's always been there. Anyway, there's a story that I heard about a kid on a field trip from a middle school that tripped. And this happens in some museums. Like I'll tell you about the other one in a minute. But he apparently tripped and his head went like into a painting.
Brr.
So he fully tore it with his forehead. And that's where you're really glad you aren't in the most cultured of cities. Because if that had happened in Philly, it'd be your
Yeah.
family paying that off for the rest of all of your lives.
Yeah,
The
you all
fact
work there now.
That it was in Alexandria means that y'all owe us.
Someone's got a copy.
Yeah. Y'all owe us one more printout.
Well, didn't your mom almost destroy a Picasso? I know we talked about it on the show, but wasn't that what
Yeah.
it almost was?
Yeah, But that one was on like an easel in a gallery
Yeah,
for
true.
sale. It's
True.
like, why is this not protected? This is
Yeah. And even a Picasso, too, that's more contemporary. That's not going to be the same as like a Da Vinci. you know?
yeah.
Those are different levels
And then
of your life being ruined.
did you see the kid? I can't remember where this happened, but there was a kid who tripped. First of all, he already had a soda in his hand, so it's like already whoever's supposed to be watching him needs
I
to
say
be
in a
in
museum,
jail.
you're not allowed to go near the art with drinks. I didn't think.
So he already has a soda in one hand, and then he slips like off of nothing, like slips in the way that only a 14-year-old's legs can slip. You know, like when you're like a teenager, your early teens, and your body is just dumb. Mm-hmm. Like it's just so
Yeah.
stupid. Like somehow it can't figure out gravity. It made me mad.
For me, it wasn't quite when I was a teenager. It was a little younger than that.
I don't know, but this kid was like 13, 14. That's why I say it. But basically, he slips, not even walking. This is what's so crazy. Like you'll just see teenagers sometimes, especially when I did community theater, like lighting for community theater, and so you have to be around the kids who are in the program who have parts in the play, and some of them
Right.
will just fall from standing up.
Oh yeah, no, my nephew is 12, and his ass will just fall right over.
Yeah. So this kid slips and goes to catch himself against the wall. Against that wall is a painting that he puts his hand through.
Oh, good.
I think if
And then throws the soda, and it gets everything else in the room.
yeah, I mean, well, the soda actually didn't leave his hand. The soda was the thing he was most responsible
See,
with.
and
It was his own limbs that were the
I
problem.
thought for sure the soda was going to be the problem, but he had control of the soda.
They say kid destroys painting. 1.5 million.
Oh no! What did he destroy?
Let's see what it is.
Was this in Alexandria, or where did you say this was?
I didn't say where this one was. I think this was in Taiwan.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how to pronounce it, but it was a flower oil on canvas that was 350 years old.
Jeez. Huh.
Like, if I worked at a museum and I saw a clumsy kid coming, I would just be like, we're going to give you the virtual tour. like
Yeah.
honestly, if you're going to walk into a museum, or like if you're going to be, you should have to do a straight
I'm gonna
line.
hold you. I'm going to hold you in control.
Yeah.
I'll point you at stuff, but from now you don't get to use motor functions in this room. Mm-hmm. But since we're talking about destroyed art, can we just take a quick second to remember how glorious it was when that lady fucked up that painting of Jesus? Yeah, see, it's delightful to remember.
So for those that don't know, that was a restorer, right?
She was
okay.
supposed to be restored.
So for those that don't know, when you are going to a museum, especially if it's a museum with like truly priceless works from like antiquity, you will usually see some restoration. And if you've got a real eye for it, you can pick out what's been restored and what hasn't. Most things from like BC should be very faded. If they're not faded, then there's been some heavy restoration in them. And there's even some, like, you know, not to put them on blast or anything, because I really enjoyed it and I'm going to go back. So I'm just going to keep going back to the Met as often as I can until I know my way around and can finish, like, feel like I've finished looking at certain exhibits. But in the Greek, so you were on the Egyptian side. On the other side of that, of the museum on the first floor, is the Greek and Roman sections. And in those sections, there are a couple of Greek pots that look like downright cartoonish in the way they've been restored. Like, some of them look good, and some of them they've traced well, but you can tell where it was just so faded that they couldn't trace, that they just made up a face.
Yeah.
Because there was one that, okay, so, and this will only work if you see the video of the podcast, which is on YouTube, by the way. So there was one of them where it's a pot that has aspects of the Trojan War in it. So you see Ajax, you see Achilles, you see all these people. And then there's a random person, which maybe this person had no historical significance or no significance to the Iliad. So maybe it was just supposedly an extra soldier. But it's like Achilles looking fierce. It's Ajax looking like inquisitive. It's like, you know, I don't know if they were in battle with Hector or not. But then there's just this one character off to the side that's getting stabbed. And the face they're making is just like, like the eyes are like too wide. The eyes are like,
oh no!
It was insanely cartoonish, and the ink looked wet, like like it looked like they just did that.
Hey, do you have that restoration done? We're about to open.
Yeah, yeah. No, it was too much.
Yeah, because like most restoration is like, you know, cleaning and stuff, kind of trying to just spruce it up. But
that Jesus
that Jesus painting, she was just like, let me just freehand it. let me go ahead and just
wait. Let me find it, and then put it in the show notes. We need to put like a link to it in the show notes so people can.
Maybe I'll make it like on Spotify. It shows the different like episode pictures. I can just make it the.
Can I tell you that when you type in Jesus, we're talking top 8 results is painting restoration.
It was beautiful.
Okay, all right. So
that's a piece of art that I want to buy. Like, that's an interesting thing. Like. I'm not really a religious arts guy, but I would hang that on my wall in a second.
Okay. I love how one of the first results in it when you look it up on YouTube is bungled restoration attempt destroys painting. And it's just, I'm assuming either someone who's upset or the restorer next to the painting like being interviewed. But just so you know, so you can follow along if you've clicked in the show notes or in the description of the YouTube video.
What?
No,
a video?
A link.
Oh, I was just going to put a picture of it somewhere. Okay, you'll have to send me this link then.
Yeah, but if you, this is all neither here nor there. But basically, for them to see it, they'd have to click something in the bio of the episode, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I think we're saying the same thing.
No, I didn't know you were sending to a link to a video. I was just going to post the picture.
Oh yeah, I'm not sending a link to a video. I'm just saying early in the results on Google is when you go to Google Images, there's a video that's just like bungled restoration attempt.
Yeah. It's funny too that they then just showed the world. I don't know. At that point, if she would have showed up with that, that restoration, I've been like, oh, oops, looks like we lost this one.
Okay. So
there's been a heist.
for people looking at it right now, and for those of you who are yet to look at it, the initial one, you can tell it needs some restoration because there are whole pieces of the paint that have chipped off, and there's a lot of white in the overall painting that is just like indicative of aging.
But now this is the original picture, not the messed up.
This is the original picture.
The original picture.
The original
where it
picture
looks like the subject it's supposed to look.
And Jesus's head is tilted. You see the crown of thorns on his head, and it does look a little bit, whether from aging or from the original painting, it does look a bit like Jesus has been punched in the eye. All right, like that is he's really giving his good side hard.
Right.
And it's a bit thick. It's a bit fat.
He's trying to look his best, but he's wearing the crown of thorns means he's having a no good, very bad day. Jesus Christ, no good, very bad day.
This is not the day to get a selfie, you know? Like this is
but he's trying to give
busy.
his good side.
All right.
He's turning the other cheek because that's the one they have not punched yet. So he's
Okay.
trying to just get a good picture of it.
The restoration can only be described to me as Elmo in blackface. But the blackface is actually pretty tan. Like it's just like this looks. This is.
I gotta bring it up. Now.
The art is so bad that it looks a little racist. Like.
Yeah. It's got a Muppet vibe to it. There's a definite Muppet. I love the story's like what 5 years old.
Yeah.
It just popped back in my head. It's so delightful.
Because also
2014.
they fully smeared the mouth. So the mouth is so smeared now that it looks like Jesus doesn't have a mouth. They move the beard to way under the chin. So the beard that Jesus did have is no longer in the right place. And the nose has been reconstructed to give like a what is it, Wallace and Gromit.
Reconstruct is a very nice word for what they've done here.
His
eyes are black too. Look at his eyes.
And also,
and they made like the pupils white.
Whoever did this is an atheist. Like who?
I was gonna say they're either drunk or were trying to make a statement.
Yeah,
or both.
The only way this could be more disrespectful is if they wrote on the actual painting, "Is this your king?" Like,
maybe it's trying to put you in the moment. It's trying to actually take you back then, because they didn't have glasses back then. So this painting is from the point of view of someone who can't see shit, and Jesus was right there, and they didn't know it. Not a lot of people do, perspective. We don't think about that a lot in religious art,
Like, this person botched this painting and then went on to be and when I say mild, I mean the low side of mild. Like if we're talking to Taco Bell sauces levels of success, the extra mild, right?
Right. And I'm sending you a picture right now where just someone did a goof where it was restored to look like It's Pat from SNL. And it just made me laugh.
That is funny.
That's pretty good, right? I know these are all visual bits, but
wow,
that one entertained me. Well, that's I think that's the culture segment.
We should actually call this episode, like in parentheses or in brackets, the episode should say visual companion. And then just have a link to everything we've talked about so people don't get lost.
Yeah. No, I'll make a little, we'll have some things for people to look at. But yeah, no, this is the JJS audio tour is what this is.
All right. One more.
I would love to do that. I would love for us to record a tour for a museum. That's an episode maybe we should do.
Just an episode. Man, this dude look like Gandalf.
Yeah, because Josh and I would say we do a 50-50 every time we go to a museum is us really discussing art we like and techniques we like, and then the other half is us just roasting the hell out of art and how people look in art.
Okay, wait. I'm sending this to you right now, and we'll just add this one to the list. This is another botched restoration. It's the botched Virgin Mary painting.
I did see that one right underneath.
If just to describe it for those of you,
she looks like a thumb with eyes.
Yeah. They gave her the full like girl.
Ermagerd the Virgin Mary. Like, I don't like. You can't get work again if you do that, right?
Let me tell you, I can't draw. All right. But I at least have the integrity to not take a job where it is my duty to redraw a master.
Yeah. Because it looks like they asked me. It looks like they asked me, hey, can you restore this picture of Jesus? And we need it done today. That's what you're going to get.
Also, I'm very sorry.
Hired? We
don't have any more oil. You're going to have to use crayons.
Yeah. And they're pretty filed down already. So good luck.
Yeah. Can I tell you? Ooh.
Someone send us some art that will restore.
So when I tell me if you experience anything like this. I'm trying to remember where this was, but when I was little, there was a kid who had the full box set of is it 128? I think it's 128 crayons with different colors with a pencil sharpener in the back. Mm-hmm. Do you remember that?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
We had one of those, yeah.
This kid was styling on everybody early in the year.
Yeah.
And by like the spring, maybe right before summer started, he had whittled down every crayon more than I can even, like, I honestly.
Every crayon?
Dude, every crayon. Because I think what he was doing was he just did not like any, this was his flex. Every time he popped that box of crayons open, they were all sharp. They were all like fully, like pinpoint sharp, ready to go.
Gotcha.
Fine point crayon coloring. Okay. And to his credit, he was actually like a pretty good at drawing. Like I remember looking at his drawings and being like, "Oh yeah, I can't do that." Like
I was gonna say, if all of his crayons are filed down and then he's shit at drawing, then you've got like he's eating those.
Yeah,
he's sucking on those crayons,
and so
that's why they're so low.
And so then this kid, this is wild. Okay, so then this kid has filed them down so much that they can't really, like, he lost one in the sharpener because it got too short to sharpen. So then he was just turning it with his thumb to try to like turn it and sharpen it, but then it just got stuck. There's no way to get it out now.
Yeah, I was waiting to see if then like just cut his finger open or something.
No, they made it so you couldn't do that.
Listen, this is a Josh Johnson story. I'm not sure where the turn's coming, but I get ready.
And so this kid had got to the point where all of his crayons, he finally had to take the paper off of each crayon because it was like they're whittled down that much. And he, by the end of that box of crayons, he just had a box of beads. Like he was literally rolling the crayon against the paper to get the color off and to color. And I had never, like, this kid was such a genius to me. It had never occurred to me that could even happen.
Yeah.
Like he was like fully just dragging the little beads of crayon across the paper, and then was like doing low key like 6-year-old masterpieces. Like
that sounds like he got the most out of that pack more than anyone else.
Yeah.
Because he had all those crayons and that sharpener. And listen, all of us who had it, usually it's like, it's cool to bust out, and then you lose crayons, and then, yeah, you get something stuck in the sharpener, and then you just kind of have like a loose pencil case of crayons because you're done with the box. This kid, though, sounds like he took care of that box, really used these crayons,
Yeah.
and used them well.
Do you remember the like, what was it? What was the company that made the really hardcore like number 2 pencil colored pencils?
I mean, I think there's a bunch of them, but I'm
It
not
may
sure.
have still been Crayola. I have no idea. But basically,
They make some, number 2 pencils.
there was a kid who went to steal another kid's colored pencils. And this was like, obviously we're talking like playground rules. This is a no-go, right? This is like off jump. All right. You're getting touched up if you touch my colored pencils, much less try to steal the whole pack.
You can ask, can I borrow that color pencil? But you have to be prepared for the answer to be no.
Yeah.
I need that one.
And so this kid swiped all the colored pencils off this kid's desk and started running, right?
Damn. That's like, in middle school terms, that's like having sex with someone's wife. You've created a situation here.
And so then, kid takes off after the other kid, and we're already not the most coordinated because we're all young. But in a sometimes something happens where it pulls almost like a divine instinct out of you that you didn't know you had. And this kid, because he can't catch up to the kid that stole his colored pencils, he gets just close enough to him that he makes a big bet, and he just fully swipes one leg. Like, just like catches up to him enough to trip him. Swipes one leg. The kid who's got like the colored pencils, I'm trying to remember how he was holding them, had the colored pencils. Like, either, I can't remember if they were against his chest or all in his hands, but either way, he's holding them kind of like this, and he trips and lands on all
like this.
of them.
He means has them like in his hands over his chest for the listeners. Falls on them and double staked his chest.
Completely just like really impales a couple pencils.
See, I knew someone was going to get impaled soon. That's why I felt it with the crayon story. I felt it coming. I felt the chaos building.
And then he rolled over. So he lands and he's like, oh, just from landing, right? He's like, you ever, remember when you were a kid and you get so hurt you didn't cry? You were like, I need to breathe through this situation. Like, you don't even.
Yeah. You were stunned that feeling existed.
Yeah. And so this kid rolls over and we just see a bunch of colored pencils like in him, right?
Oh God.
And not like deep, like he's not gonna die or anything, but just like really they stuck. They were sharp. And so then
that made me tighten up a little
he
bit.
rolls over and the kid who was chasing him turns around and was like, you could keep him. Just
and the kid laying on the ground is like, I won, and puts his hands up, but all the pencils are still sticking out of his chest.
Nobody wants your blood orange,
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. All of these, the color is blood now.
Yeah.
It's not green anymore. That's blood.
Yeah.
You've made this pack all one color now.
Oh man. Just to keep
our very classy episode going.
No, I'm not gonna tell that one. I'm gonna wait.
Okay, no, come on. What do you wait for? What?
Okay.
What are you saving them for?
Just basically. Did you ever see that video got passed around back in the day in like 2007, where this guy was like bugging his friend, and his friend finally gets up. They're in a college dorm, and his friend gets up and then throws some scissors at him.
I don't know if I've seen this one.
Okay, well, he throws the scissors at him, and a lot of people thought the video was fake, but he gets up, finally gets annoyed, throws the scissors at him, and the scissors go like right into the kid's arm, but there's no blood. They're just in there. And that's why people were like, oh, this is fake or whatever, because you see him throw him, but whenever it would have hit him was like slightly off camera. And a lot of people also think it's fake because we hadn't reached that level of fake prank technology yet in 2007. Like in 2007, if you saw something go down online, it was probably really happening.
Yeah.
Like nobody was faking World Star videos.
No, they were just
that's a person who actually
up.
Got knocked out. Like,
yes.
And so that one,
I suppose if you throw it well enough too, that's holding in the blood, you know. If you have that in your arm.
The way that it stuck him, and then that guy was also like too hurt to be like screaming or upset. He just went, dude. He just kept saying dude over and over, and then another guy is like, hey, so should we like call an ambulance or anything, or like.
Yeah, I don't know if I saw that one.
All right.
We'll see if we put that one in the bio. I don't want to.
No. We probably should. I actually don't even know if you can find it. There seems to be. Tell me if you think that this is on the money or not. There seems to be a different internet now than there was when we were like getting into college. I feel like the internet now is like a place where nothing is ever really gone and everything is permanent, nothing is private, all that stuff. But I could swear to you that the internet from like 2002 till like 2000 maybe 7, that period of internet was where a lot of stuff was getting shared. But even to this day, there's stuff I can't find anymore.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah, because you can find some of those old videos I found, but they're like either there's copies of copies, like it's clearly like, you know, been copied several times and on just some other account. I think it's because some of those videos that we all knew were from sites that don't really exist anymore. Like, I know they still exist, but you know, like E-Bombs World and stuff like that. Remember those sites where they were always kind of pre-Facebook, like just kind of social media collections of just stuff. Pre-Reddit more is kind of what those sites were.
Yeah.
But then a lot of them shuttered and deleted all their stuff. So if it didn't like make it over to YouTube or something, those videos, like some of them did disappear.
Yeah.
Not all great art gets restored.
Honestly, the way in which we've lost games, especially, and certain videos
like
to
games?
time. Like, do you remember Shockwave?
That sounds familiar.
So Shockwave Player is I don't even know if they're affiliated, but like on old PCs that only ran Internet Explorer, the basically their version of I guess Adobe. Somebody can correct me in the comments or in an email if I'm wrong, but basically Shockwave was like one of the video players that you had to keep restoring.
I remember Shockwave.
Then Shockwave.com was this site where it was mostly games, like it was Shockwave Games, but then it also had like forums and stuff like that back when chat rooms were big and stuff. And Shockwave Games had some of the best games. Like when I tell you Shockwave Games and Cartoon Network's original site, like we're talking about even before Toonami.
The Cartoon Network site
had games. They had Dragon Ball Z games. They had Bug Juice. No, Disney. Sorry. Disney actually had a website that had a bunch of games on it. This is back when all the networks had their own website with like games based off of their shows. But
they were like fleshed out games too.
Fully fleshed out thing.
They were like they weren't just because now if you see a sponsored game or a crossover thing, it's usually just like an app game and it's the same shit over and over again.
Yeah, it's like a match 3 like whatever.
Match 3 or a Candy Crush ripoff or something like that. It's just something that's rushed. But like they used to make fully fleshed out games. I remember a Cartoon Network game that literally took a couple hours to beat, and it was like a puzzle solving where you like went to different islands and traded things to other characters, and it took a while to beat it. And I'm like, that was a full game.
Let's talk about a game that I never beat. Samurai Jack on Cartoon Network. They had you as a young Samurai Jack fight everyone he had to fight to become Samurai Jack.
Yeah.
And I was always getting caught up early because I'm not that great at video games. I was getting caught early on the African guy with the sticks.
I don't know Samurai Jack that well. So
Okay.
I'll take
Basically,
I'll take your word for it.
It's a beautiful show. We should watch it sometime.
I like the guy who made it. Yeah, I've never watched it, but he did another show called Primal.
Wait, you've never watched it?
I've seen like parts of episodes. No, I've never watched Samurai Jack.
Okay, all right.
All right, get ready for our Samurai Jack watch podcast.
Yeah. I feel like
Samurai Josh.
Also for the listener, and this is completely serious because I think that this could be a cool thing. For the listener, please write in and let us know what you think or how you would feel about any sort of companion content. Like if we did do like a visual, like audio companion to a bunch of images or like something like that, because that could be a good, fun new thing that we try.
I don't fully know what he means. So yeah, I guess let us
imagine know. Okay, so for instance, right?
Yeah.
You could do the entire image collection of an artist's work or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then in the show notes, we're just this image is like, time stamped like this. We talk about this one first, this one second, whatever. And then I think that there could be something fun about, like, let's say we were to watch Rise of the Young Wolf.
Is that a Samurai Jack episode?
Ouch.
What is that?
That is the air hockey documentary that we watched together.
I forgot about that. Yeah. I mean, I think what you're describing is a reaction video.
Kind of like a reaction video, but yeah, in pieces.
I think that's what you're describing is just a more well edited kind of reaction video. But we could release just a commentary for it. The special commentary. Go watch Rise of the Young Wolf, and here's our commentary track for it.
Oh no!
I like that. Oh, there's a fly.
Yeah.
This one's all over the place because first it was art, then flash games. Then I think we just had a work meeting for a second there.
No, that's my bad. Well, I didn't know. I didn't know if it would translate into something worth asking people. But ending the whole thought on reaction video means probably not.
Let's do a reaction video right now. That was a little joke. That was a little joke I did. That one was scared. That one was scared is what that was.
Yeah.
Well, what were we building to with Cartoon Network and Disney Channel websites? Was it just off of how the internet's changed?
Yeah, how the internet's changed and how I can't find those games. Like now that I have the motor skills to beat games, I really wish I could go back and just do what my young, inexperienced hands could not.
Right.
I feel like I got good at video games when I was like 22. Like I finally started putting it all together.
Right.
Because I was decent at some games, but I just didn't have the concentration and the hand-eye coordination for certain games. And then sure enough, at like right around like 23, I'd be chilling with Jacob and we'd play something and I'd be like, oh, it's all clicking somehow now.
But that's deceiving though, because I feel like I've had it both ways with old games where you go back and then you can just beat it actually, and I'm kind of like, oh, this is the game I had so much trouble with. But then there are still some old games and I'm like, this is stupid hard.
Yeah.
It's still really hard.
That's how I feel about Tapper. When I watch you play Tapper.
Yeah. Arcade games though were designed to be hard because they wanted to just keep putting coins in. So certain arcade games get to a point where you truly just can't win, but they just want you to keep feeding money. Mm-hmm. It's to make you feel good enough, but I'm pretty good at Tapper too. Just putting that out there. Just wanted to end on the important point, which is that I'm pretty good at Tapper. That's a fun one to play because it's got a different controller system. What are we doing now? This is our most tangent-y one, but I think it's because this is the most less pressed for time we've been in a while.
Yeah.
To fit an episode in.
Yeah, this is what happens when we actually have all day to chat.
Yeah. Anything else on art, or should I get the mailbag?
So yeah, you can pick the mailbag while I talk about art museums a little bit more, because I've now been to enough.
Do it.
So okay, I've been to enough now that I have gathered lots of different experiences, and I remember, wow, there was this one woman named Leanne who I can't think of a better word than cornered. She truly and fundamentally cornered me in the abstract expression section of the museum, and was just telling me about her day.
Oh, see, but now this kind of sounds like a Josh Johnson dream come true, though.
You would think so, but not only was her day not good, like, I'm all about getting to know people, in like an organic way or anything. I think it's a different energy when no one wants to hear what you're about to say, and so you corner a person and tell them, because I was like, oh, okay, like she was telling me about how she had to go to court and like all this stuff, and I was like, oh no, well, I hope that works out, and best of luck in your claim. I in my head I'm like, I got nothing for you. Like I don't fully understand, because she was also trying to explain.
Good luck with your claim.
Well, she was trying to explain to me what she was trying to sue for, and I
get that.
I also didn't get it. So I was like, oh yeah, I guess. But this isn't checking in with a person to get advice. It's also not a time where you're like, I need to air this out to a person for feedback. This is just like, oh man, all right, this guy's by himself. And
yeah.
And so then, which I really respect this about her, because this is where it becomes your nightmare. So I'm like, oh, well, I hope that everything goes well. And, I even think I said it was great talking to you. And I start to move. And she just follows me. Like, she just follows me and keeps talking. And I didn't think it was an option. Like, I didn't think...
You thought, surely she won't come with me.
Because usually when there's someone that's the security of the museum that's like, oh, don't touch the painting or whatever, they're usually confined to an area.
Right, yeah.
But she is leaving her post. Like,
yeah.
Like,
yeah. Or like that guy at the Barnes Foundation, remember, who's like running laps?
Yeah.
I don't know. Some security guards are free range.
That guy so clearly wanted someone to be arrestable. Like, he was just...
Yeah, he was just walking in circles, getting his steps in.
Yeah, and some of it was
it's not a big place.
It's not a big place, and some of it was like, we would see him in a different room going in the direction he was just in. Like, does he know where he's going? Like, it seemed like he was lost and he didn't want to admit it to anyone.
It seemed like it was going to be very easy for him to knock someone over into like all of the antique furniture that was there.
Yeah, imagine your whole head going through a Matisse because the security guard is like trying to find the bathroom and simply can't, but doesn't want to ask someone who doesn't work there where the bathroom is.
Yeah, it's his first day. He's nervous, trying to walk off the nerves.
Yeah, but no.
So how long did this security guard at this other museum follow you?
I truly...
We're still dating.
I truly can't even imagine the amount of time that it was. It felt like for half the time I was there, and I was there for like 4 hours.
See, that's what you get.
Yeah.
See, that's why sometimes I'm kind of like, maybe I need to be more open to experiences like Josh. And then I'm kind of like,
Yeah.
it's nice that people don't really talk to me.
And some of it, I will say, some of it did seem unfair to her. There were a couple of instances where I was like, yeah, you should probably, like, now I am rooting for you in your suit, you know? But then also, like, her back, it was like, it was just, she was, yeah,
What about her back?
She was just talking about how her back always hurts, but then they give her the upstairs, and she's like, I really want the downstairs, so I don't have to go up the stairs for my back. But, you know, to be fair, I only have to go up the stairs twice in my shift. And I was just like, man, this, like, she was complaining to me so much, it felt like family.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's, if you're going to follow someone around at your job to talk to them, like, bring something, man.
Yeah.
Make up some stuff. Make up how old those pillars are. Do something. Don't just be like, a little bit of creak, a little bit of ache in my back there.
Yeah.
But I have to use it, you know, walking and standing.
And she'd be like, oh, I like this one. That was the other thing that she did that cracked me up. She'd be like, I really like this one. I'm like, oh yeah, it's pretty cool. Like, as if I'm not seeing everything for the first time.
Right.
And then she was like, we're not supposed to comment on what we like and don't like unless you ask us. So ask me which one I don't like. And I was like, what? And she was like, ask me which one I don't like. And I was like, you know, it's just us in here. Like, this is like a slow day.
That's some great mom energy.
I had like a
there.
club date on the Thursday. And so I'm just there during a Thursday. So there's almost no one in the entire museum. And she like asked me which one. And I was like, are we on camera or something? She's like, just ask me which one I don't like. And I was like, fine, which one do you not like? And she was like, that one. And she pointed to the one behind me. And she was like, it looks like, she leaned in to say, it looks like poo.
Got him. You got him, Doris.
Yeah. Get
him. Ask me which one I don't like. I like that. Well, should we wrap up this very culture-filled episode with our mailbag?
I mean, not only should we wrap it up, we should probably cut 15 minutes of it.
We'll see. For the video portion, my camera is no longer recording for some reason. I guess the card's full, even though it was empty. I don't know. So just for the remainder of the video, my half will just have that Jesus painting. I'll just go ahead. So you'll see Josh and then that terribly restored. It'll be great. It'll just be you looking at it too, be like, uh-huh.
Okay. All right.
Let's open up the mailbag. We may only have time for this one because I have a feeling we might be able to dig into it a little bit. But this is from, they've signed it anonymous, so I will leave it anonymous. But the title is VeggieTales Sex Talk. So just absorb that title for a second. What's up, J-Lo? I want to start off and say I appreciate the elements both of you bring to the show. You guys remind me of my younger sister and I. I should have been kidnapped by now, and my sister is the Logan that humbles me. Okay, there we go. I think it's a good definition of our roles. We all grow up with preconceived connotations. As someone who mainly grew up in Minnesota, I was always taught to shudder and dramatically act disgusted when someone says Iowa. Then I went to college in Nebraska, which culturally we do the same thing, but also comment on how bad their corn is. It makes me laugh when Logan rips on his state, too, because it makes me think, who actually likes Iowa? Real quick, I know I'm from Iowa. It's my home. And yeah, I rip it a little bit. But, Minnesota and Nebraska can go eat a fat one. Nebraska is the more boring Iowa. And that's saying something. Anyway, I'm just getting into some Midwest rivalries. Hey, they brought it up. Okay. I have 2 young kids, and as someone who likes to stress about things very far in the future, I was hoping you guys could help me prepare for the question. I married into a very religious family. My oldest was born a year and a half before our wedding and conceived within 7 months of our relationship. I feel like that's an unnecessary information for this question. But what is the most watered down, VeggieTale-friendly answer you can think of? So I believe this is the sex talk. This one, it wants it to be so clean they didn't even really say sex. Just the talk.
It would actually be so.
Or is it the talk about being born out of wedlock? Is that the talk?
I can't fully tell, but it's very fitting that you're now that poorly drawn Jesus, as you asked me to hold it.
Yeah, I didn't realize I was going to thematically line up so well. Okay, so is that, you think that's the talk?
Maybe,
About
yeah.
Was being born before, because she's 7 months into our relationship?
Yeah. I guess so. If you don't know, I don't know.
That's the information I have. When I first read it, I thought it was just like the sex talk. But now I'm wondering, is it about that? Let me just read this again. I have 2 young kids, and as someone who likes to stress about things very far in the future, I was hoping you guys could help me prepare for the question. I married into a very religious family. My oldest was born a year and a half before our wedding and conceived within 7 months of our relationship. What is the most watered-down, VeggieTale-friendly answer you can think of? So the question is not posed. The question is implied, but then the follow-up information makes me think it's a different question.
Okay, so I'm just going to answer it as if it's the talk. So
The sex talk?
Yeah. So
Okay.
When a cucumber
7 months after a mommy and daddy meet.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, 2 years.
Yeah, when a cucumber and a tomato are very much in love, they decide to make a salad. And what's a salad without some seeds?
Oh.
I don't know. So then what's a salad without some seeds? So then
Remember, you're saying this to a painting of Jesus.
So then you have to plant the seed to get the fruits and vegetables to grow so that you can have new veggies for your salad. I feel like that's pretty good because even VeggieTales doesn't cover it. Like I'm wading into waters that have been uncharted by even VeggieTales.
That's true, and here's why I think the VeggieTales angle is what causes a problem here, because what has happened to those veggies to make a salad is that they were all brutally murdered. You got to chop them up, so that's sending a mixed signal already.
Yeah.
Now we've just created a confusing bedtime story to scare children.
You know what? Yeah, that's my bad.
No. I think that was a good. No, actually, honestly, I've never heard the salad metaphor, and I think it actually kind of works. Seed's got a double connotation that I don't love, but sometimes you just want some seed. No, I like that. That's better. That's better than, honestly, that's better than most sex talks, I think, what you just did. Because there was no bim bims and woo woos and whatever else that people try to use to replace body parts. I think you actually did. I thought we were going to need to really work this out. I think you nailed it in one.
That's very kind.
What was that? Was that a fly?
No, it was a mosquito in here.
Oh, okay. Oh, your body language got so weird there.
So, we'll go ahead and
Yeah.
thanks so much for listening to the Josh Johnson Show. We had a great time recording. I hope you had a great time listening. If you are looking to catch up with us on any of the socials, you can find me at Josh Johnson Comedy on Instagram, Josh Johnson on Twitter, Josh J Comedy on Facebook, and Josh Johnson Comedy on TikTok and YouTube, where we post clips of the show. And if you're looking for Logan,
you can follow me on Instagram at Logan M. Nielsen. And if you want to get into the mailbag to ask us perplexing questions, vegetable-themed questions, you can email us, joshjohnsonshow@gmail.com. And if you want some of our bonus art, I'll call it, go on over to our Patreon. That's patreon.com/Josh Johnson Show, where we have bonus podcasts and some video stuff and access to live shows and old live show replays. And speaking of live shows, Josh and I will be performing together next week in Phoenix, Arizona, September 15th and 16th. So if you look down in the episode bio, you'll see tickets there, or a ticket link there, along with the links to whatever confusing visual aids we are also putting with this episode. This is new territory for us. This is untreaded water for us.
Yeah, and we hope you like it.
I like it. Or uncharted water. Untreaded. You don't tread water. Well, I guess, can you?
Yeah, but you shouldn't be.
Yes, but it's frowned upon.
Yeah. Charter the water.
Charter. It's probably smart to charter it.